increasing company that can always going up. We are in a period of time where the I don't want to use the word inflation, but these companies' market cap is so fucking high that it is not realistic. Tesla is a very good example of that. Tesla is nowhere near as profitable as their stock has shown, and they've been on the decline.
Their stock always
like
inflated, though.
Nvidia is an amazing example because Nvidia was carrying the market for about a month, and they announced a new AI GPU, which is the reason why they're so big now.
Right, yeah, because all the tech companies are going, they want all that AI stuff because AI is all the rage right now.
Oh, 100%, 100%. And NVIDIA is the one powering it.
Right,
but
exactly.
They announced a brand new chip that's going to absolutely destroy in terms of performance. Didn't make a blip in the market, right? Any other company, hell, even NVIDIA, prior to this AI boom, that would absolutely spike the stock price. We are in a period of very bizarre behavior in the stock market. It has to go green. The moment it goes red, everyone starts to panic and sell. Like, we are in a very bizarre period of time.
Oh, we are.
As a guy who has a lot of money in the market, I would prefer it to keep going up, as I imagine other people do. But that is kind of where we're at. The stock market's in a very bizarre place.
And it is.
And I will say, right now, I'm mildly better than who's the Mad Money guy? Mad Money. Was it Jim Cramer? Mad Money.
The only market caps I want to hear about
Jim
are
Cramer.
Sony and Microsoft, but only Xbox. There you go, Bobby.
Well, Bob, you want something funny? I know you're disdain for Microsoft news, especially their design decisions for the leaked Xbox, but they are currently the biggest company in the world right now. They somehow surpassed Apple.
That is Microsoft, not Xbox.
What's the fucking difference? Who owns Xbox? Some of these they didn't split the company.
You would be surprised out of comments I've seen online, even in our own videos, about people who think Xbox and Microsoft are different, right? Or like Microsoft just simply, helps financially with some money, but they are totally different. Like, they're totally separate and everything. It's like, no, guys, Xbox is the gaming branch of Microsoft. Like,
so
what the heck?
This is not gaming. This is not gaming advice. This is not financial advice. I'm legally required to say that. But Microsoft is a pretty decent investment, and that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Though you should probably just invest in the market. Well,
as Bobby said, just wait until Apple tries to get into all of the.
You know what's funny about that? So I'm sure you probably heard of the guy Atrioc, right? He's super big. He's a chum of Ludwig. He was talking about this. And it's true. Apple has absolutely fucking flubbed it. They have literally screwed the pooch. Like, it is bad fucking news for them right now because they have zero in AI right now.
Which is shocking. You think they would have had something out by now?
Exactly. Siri was their only attempt at that, and that was what, 15 odd years ago at this point?
Siri came out with the iPhone 5 or 6. It was like right as when we were graduating college, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's it.
That's it. Like, that's been a while.
And Amazon has a better AI with Siri. Well, talking AI. We have a bunch of large language model AIs that are vastly better than Siri. Siri's falling behind. And what's AI doing? What's Apple doing?
Nothing.
They're making a VR headset about 5 years behind the curve.
It's 5 years behind the curve, like triple the price. And like,
with no killer app.
Yeah,
what compels me to buy their VR headset?
Well, it's interesting because when that thing released, right, like, you saw a ton of positive coverage for it and everything, and you saw like those shorts and everything, where it's on YouTube or TikTok or anything, of people going outside with the thing on and everything like that. And then like a week later, they're just like, yeah, I saw like my head hurts and my vision's blurry and I returned it already, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Yeah. Granted, I'm not gonna spend $35,000 on a VR headset. I'd rather throw that at a bust-ass, crazy-ass computer. Like, that's what I'm throwing at. I'm not gonna throw it at a headset, but
Apple's kind of marketing has always been, let's make it the best. We'll always be behind the curve, but we'll make it the best. But The best at what? What is this VR headset doing for anyone? Like they made a gamble with this, and I feel like it's gonna pay off terribly for them. Terribly.
I definitely see it. And then
All right,
Bobby
before we
says
jump into the game.
Xbox technically is separate from Microsoft. That's why Phil said he had to run a profitable company and then lay a bunch of people off.
Exactly. Before we jump into the game, be right back.
Go ahead. Now that's it's the best at being an Apple headset. Exactly. I find it extremely funny when you have someone like Phil going on saying all this stuff, and it's just like you had to know this was the case, right? Like, especially seeing things like, you know, again, I'm sorry, I kind of have to pat myself on the back a little bit, and Bobby, I'm sure you are too, about the whole Game Pass not being as profitable anymore. I was like, yeah, no shit, that's how it's gonna be, right? Especially because, like, even if you don't look at just Game Pass itself, you look at any streaming type of service, right? Disney Plus, Hulu. Again, I know Xbox Game Pass, it is technically a streaming service, or a service like that, essentially. Yeah, they're all going down. They're all going down right now. So, plus again, the FTC hearing showed us that that stuff flatlined for them. Like, what was it? 30,000 or something? No, 30. Is it 30 million or something like that? And their goal is to try and hit 100 million or something by 2027, 2028, I want to say, or something like that. So it's just like, yeah, no shit. So, all right, let's get into it. Power shift. Yeah, cash out is that. Okay. Oh, they changed out the amount of players. Got it. Yeah, we're going with power shift. Power shift, awesome. I have to run a profitable company. Spends 80 billion on 2 publishers in 5 years with no way to recoup the cost. Oh no, they're going to recoup the cost. It's called focusing solely on the mobile division, because they got King out of that, right? They got King out of that entire mobile division. And then, so that's going to start, that's going to, their hope is at least, it's going to make them a shit ton of money, right? And then they're going to double down on Call of Duty. They're going to double down on the PvP of Overwatch and everything. I'm still surprised they put Diablo on the Game Pass. That's not going to make you money unless you are really banking on people to buy your microtransactions. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But Bethesda, yeah, Bethesda is probably like just digging in there. Just like, they're the money in the hole just keeps going down essentially with Bethesda probably. So, and Sony buying Bungie is the biggest. I feel okay. I will say this. So when it comes to the Sony buying Bungie, right? They have a chance for that to actually really be good for them if Sony will just freaking take over already, right? Get rid of the entire management on Bungie and take that talent that they have there.
Goddamn cross. What did I say, Talon? I tried
to time it. I tried to time it right so the time he came back.
This isn't Mario Kart, guy. Didn't take the actually Mario Kart's really pretty
sure Mario. Yeah, Mario's right back. Yeah. But anyway, no. So continuing my talk, Bobby, is if it could that purchase could do really well for Sony if they get rid of Bungie's management and they take that skill, all those skills that they have of those people, those developers and everything, and they could turn that into a really cool team and everything like that, right? If they do that, then they have a chance down the road for that to be really profitable for them and everything like that. As of right now, where it is, yeah, no, it's doing nothing for them. It's literally burning money. It's literally throwing money into a fire pit. That's essentially what it's doing.
I don't know if I go that far. Like, Bungie is still profitable.
I don't know. I mean, based on the numbers and everything that we've seen in the reports, I don't think they are anymore.
They were profitable.
They were profitable, yes.
By all rights, they were a good buy to anyone at the time. They aren't now.
Right.
Because it turns out they're a dumpster fire internally. But I don't think anyone could fault Sony for wanting to buy it, especially if they were all in on the whole live service thing.
Right. Well,
Like,
and we know that's the reason. We know that's the reason they bought them in the first place, right? Because Jim wanted to go full live service. Yeah. So
what you're saying is hindsight's 2020, though. No one knew how bad Bungie was fucking up.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
But Microsoft paid for Redfall. Oh, Redfall. That's gonna be.
I get that, but at the same time, I don't. Microsoft bought Bethesda after
they're
76. Fallout 76 came out, or is it the first of Fallout 76
so it was. So if I remember correctly, what happened was the company that owned Bethesda, it starts with a Z. I don't remember what it was. ZeniMax, right? After so 76 came out, right? Yeah. And they crap, that's a gas grenade.
Actually, now, yeah. Did Microsoft buy ZeniMax?
No. I don't think so. But no, what they did though was they
toxic gas scent.
Yeah.
ZeniMax.
Yeah, so no, so because ZeniMax used 76 to make themselves look more purchasable, if I remember correctly, right? Like
ZeniMax bought them. I mean, sorry, Microsoft bought ZeniMax.
Okay, regardless then. So ZeniMax, right? So ZeniMax, when 76 released, they used that because it sold well, even though they lied about a bunch of stuff, to make themselves look better to be bought. And then Microsoft bought them, and then the heads of ZeniMax rode off into the sunset, essentially, right? So
fucker.
We are there. Well, I called a warm-up match. God. Yeah. No. So, but now, I mean, it is having Bethesda, because, I mean, yes, I know it's technically having ZeniMax, but is having Bethesda, I don't think it's been profitable for Microsoft at all. I mean, Redfall was a complete flop. Did Starfield really rake in enough money for them to...
Skyrim prints money is all I'm going to say. There's no way they're not breaking even. Well, they keep fucking releasing it, so it's obviously got to make some financial sense for them to do so.
When was the last time they re-released Skyrim, though?
Whatever that collection was on the PS4.
That was a long time ago.
I don't know what it was called. Well, yeah, but it wasn't as long ago as GTA. I don't know. I'm sure it's still people are still buying it.
They are, then.
GTA levels of buying it, but
that's never gonna be. Really glad the sniper can't hit.
I will say, I mean, they probably haven't had a game as good as 4 since that came out, but
GTA 4, you mean?
4? No, sorry, Fallout 4.
Oh, like, Fallout
Bethesda
4, okay.
hasn't. Fallout. I mean, Bethesda hasn't really been that good. But as a whole, I mean, I think you can make the argument that Bethesda hasn't been good since probably Skyrim came out. Like, Fallout 4 wasn't that good. It was adequate.
And then, what was it? 76 was a dumpster fire for the most part.
Oh, yeah, it was an absolute dumpster fire. Like, Bethesda was a bad buy. Obsidian was a good buy because Obsidian made New Vegas the best of the new age Fallout games. I'm not biased. And I mean, you know, say what you will about Microsoft's bad, you know, handling of their studios to keep buying up. They did let Obsidian do whatever the fuck they want. Like, Pentiment?
Pentiment.
Whatever it's called, would never get made under any other publisher. There is not a snowflake's chance in hell.
Oh, no, it never would have, no.
So, say what you will about how much Microsoft pissing away money. Interesting games are coming out of Obsidian, is all I'm saying. And on the topic of Game Pass, I feel like, you know, there should be like an indie version of Game Pass. Like, remember, like, this is probably 15, probably close to 20 odd years ago at this point, where they had episodic games like the next big thing. They had like Fallout, 2 episodes 1, 2.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Never can get fucking 3. We're
Devolver
never gonna know what
hello.
fucking happens.
Bobby says Devolver says hello.
Devolver doesn't have a Game Pass. They're just a publisher. I want a fucking Game Pass with indie games. Just small, bite-sized indie games. I want something like that. To get like new devs at, introducing cool ideas. So I think that's kind of the biggest hurdle right now for me with indie games. I don't want to go buy a bunch of little indie games on Steam. It's just too much. There's too many fucking games going out there. I want someone to curate a list for me.
Isn't that what Game Pass literally is?
Exactly. That's why Game Pass though. But I haven't seen a whole lot of indie games come out of it. That's the problem.
Well, if that article today was anything to go by, then yeah.
Pentiment. Yeah, no, you're dead on. They would 100% publish Pentiment. They publish weirder games than Pentiment. That is a very valid point. Speaking of which, I still gotta play Gunbrella. You ever played Gunbrella? There was a demo for it on the Switch.
I heard about
it. It's an interesting game. It's a very interesting game. I want to buy it when it either goes on sale or I have time.
Indie developers are
sure
pitching Game Pass because they say the deals are dying up. Microsoft ain't cutting good checks anymore for indies. That's a shame.
No, I heard that.
That is a shame.
I heard that at the same time. We don't pay you money, but we pay you an exposure. That's terrible. You should never do that. You should always get paid for your work. However, I am very much of the mind that we need something similar to a Game Pass-esque thing for indie games. Maybe it doesn't even be Game Pass. Maybe it just needs to be like just someone who really pushes indie games, because there are so many games coming out. And it's very difficult to keep up with all indie game ones.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Absolutely.
Like as a gamer who likes to pretend that he's up on things, it's very hard to keep up on all these games coming out. Alongside how difficult it is to get on. Usually douchey YouTubers. No. Paying for exposure. Actually, that is a YouTuber thing. I was gonna say it was a music industry thing, but certainly, I feel like music industry kind of was behind the ball in that one. YouTuber douchey thing, paying for exposure, feels a bit more on brand. Music industry, you kind of fuck regardless, but YouTubers, yeah, that's where I more the exposure, like paying your artists an exposure. Bro, I want like a. So, all right, I got it. Remember demo discs? They came with like your magazines. I want something like that.
Yeah, that's not happening. What I want. That's never gonna happen.
No. I want like a curated list of demos from like some big name.
Then, okay, that could work maybe for like.
That's what I think. That's what I want.
They can have QR codes. They can have QR codes to give you that demos, but you're never gonna see the CD.
Sure. No, I don't want the disc. I want just a means of a drip feed of games that I would never normally play. To me, that's why I like Game Pass. There's a lot of games that I never would have even given the time of day for. And Game Pass kind of like incentivized me. Like, I have nothing to lose with this. Granted, I paid money for Game Pass, but I have nothing to lose. I'm not out money if a game doesn't work with me. But like, I'm trying to think of a good example of this. What was it called? It was like Dodgeball Academy. I think it was Dodgeball Academy. No, Dodgeball Academia. That's what it's called. It's a Brazilian game. Absolutely loved it. Never would have played it if it wasn't for Game Pass. So say what you will about the evils of subscription services, which I am all for. Subscription services suck ass. They're not a sustainable, as we're finding out now, source of revenue. However, there is a boon to it for smaller people. And now I know that treads danger close to the herp derp. We're paying for exposure, but like, it's just, there's just such an onslaught or a flood or a fire hose of content coming out. It's very hard to get eyes on your stuff.
It is. You do have to find ways to, get your games out there, right? Especially if you don't have the marketing behind it, or you don't have the finances. right? Which was the original pitch of something like Game Pass, and even to an extent like the Nintendo and Sony indie, you know, scenes that they do, because I think it's twice a year that Nintendo and Sony do their little like indie direct style things, if I remember correctly. I know Nintendo absolutely does, especially with how popular the Switch is and everything. So there's more ways to do things like that to really help the indie developers and those smaller teams to do their stuff. Oh, I was not expecting this. Okay.
Yeah, where'd my hair go? My glorious locks.
You ran out of Head and Shoulders, didn't you?
My hair fell off. I'm all for GP having more indies, but when you're not about to waste money indies when you can ride the COD, and that's my issue, Bobby. Like that is 100% my issue with Game Pass, especially now, because I feel like back when I bought Game Pass, man, at Series X, like probably a year or two ago now, there's a shit ton of video games coming out all the damn time, and now I got jack fucking shit. Like I, in fact, had my Xbox unplugged for about a month, didn't even fucking know it. Like this is where we're at, and I'm a little pissed. Like, you know, and it also, I mean, it's more or less the case that there's so many fucking RPGs coming out right now.
I'm about to say, you've also been in the RPG lane for like.
So, but I mean, even now, like I think I put my Xbox back in to go play Evil West, which is a fun game, but it's not one I would pay money for. I'm glad I didn't, because it's just not. It's a fun weekend game, but I think it's a bit too long and it's a bit too up its own ass. But I
Oh, hello. I did not.
What the heck? This game mode's weird.
Well, it's a normal game mode we've played, but they give you preset loadouts.
Shotguns, and everyone's looks the same.
Yep. I need to see. Wild to me that Spencer still has his job. Like, what dirt does he have? I mean, it's got to be his contract thing, though.
Contract, and I mean, who has a better marketing plan for Microsoft right now, right? Because the Della like sees the money in video games, but how else are you gonna break into the market other than just burning a shit ton of money trying to buy up exclusives? Right, because I don't know any other way in the market at this point. Right. Like, as a company that needs to appease their shareholders, how are you going to get into this market other than doing what Phil Spencer's doing? I get, and that shows I'm not an MBA. I'm a code monkey. I don't know. I have the foggiest how. So, I mean, I guess we're still talking about Phil Spencer, and he paints a very pretty picture, and maybe that's all you need to appease Microsoft at this point. They have a shit ton of money to burn, so arguably the most money to burn.
I'm sure they obviously have money to burn, but I'm sure at some point they're going to be like, okay, nope, we're done.
Wasn't there a date that they gave out?
That, like, if it's not good, I believe.
Yeah, his ass was grass. If like Xbox as a whole's ass is grass, if they weren't profitable, like that's gonna happen at the rate we're going.
Melee system
full
sucks
stop.
Dice. Well, again, it goes to why they bought Activision King in the first place. Everyone's just like, oh, they're gonna. Yeah, it's funny because like Bill's come out saying like, you know, oh, I want to get a new Crash Bandicoot Inspire game and Guitar Hero and everything, and I'm just like, dude, there's no way you're gonna make that, because it's not gonna be profitable the way you think it's going to be, where you're just trying to get people on your side essentially, and then people eat it up a lot, and then it's just like, no guys, I hate to break it to you, they're gonna solely focus on Candy Crush and King, they're gonna focus on COD and what other you know games can rake in millions of dollars every single time. Like that's all they're gonna do. That's all they're gonna focus on.
The live wires will need to come back from that wipeout.
I mean, it sure should not the dude says make good games and having so you won't change anything.
Really making good games that isn't gonna change anything. So. Where am I stuck on?
I mean, at this point, I don't even know what's even profitable in the industry anymore. I mean, because we're at the point where even making a good game doesn't mean you're gonna make your money back.
Or it does, but it's not making the amount of money that these shareholders want, right? I mean, just like you and I were talking about before we started the stream, is that they saw these huge increases during the pandemic, and instead of trying to let those level out a bit and then continue to make profits, they want even more profits. And this is like, that's not sustainable, as you're finding out now. So,
exactly. So I said make money, I more meant to a piece of shell, not necessarily to break even. Alright, so the next one is they'll close the doors and make a hardware platform and just be the biggest mid potion on the planet. I feel like that's always been Microsoft's, Phil Spencer's plan. That is, I feel like whenever someone brings something similar to that up, they always like, oh, that's what they said at the beginning. I feel like that has been their kind of guiding light as long as I can remember with Phil Spencer being the head honcho, right? That is what they've always wanted to do. They don't give a flying fuck about Xbox as a hardware platform. It's always been, we want to put Game Pass on fucking everything. As we see now, maybe not the best idea in the world. However, that has been their goal, and as far as I can tell, has not changed. And I feel like, oh, that's not good. That's a lot of bunny heads. All right, so that's if Sachi doesn't sell off the IP because more valuable. I don't think Xbox as an IP is worth buying, unless it's Embracer Group. Embracer Group might have bought them.
we see where that's working out right now. Although, okay, but let's be perfectly honest when it comes to Microsoft, and I even stated this in that recent video that we talked about. Microsoft has always been about software, not hardware, right? And like you said, and like you literally just said, they want to get Game Pass onto everything. That's what's gonna happen essentially. So I wish I had a grenade.
COD's an interesting franchise because I feel like at this point it would be better for them to not make a COD every year. There's no way those games are breaking even, let alone making money.
They're not.
Like just put out Warzone. That's all people want. That's all people want. There's not a okay, let me phrase that. I have not heard people like, oh yeah, I loved, what was last year's COD? Modern Warfare 3?
Modern Warfare 3. I mean, isn't the Battle Royale still making the money, but not...
That's what I'm saying. It's like Warzone? Jesus, so generic. It's making them so much money that I don't even know why to put a yearly COD out anymore. Like, everyone shits on them.
Everyone shits on them, but then every single person who does that then goes and buys it.
So they are selling, though. I mean, obviously they must keep doing it, but like, right, I don't know anyone who talks about buying it. People talk about buying FIFAs every fucking year and buying those player pass things, what are they? The player booster pack things. What do you call those? You can tell I don't play in the sports games, but like, effectively they're like gotchas, right? That's a gotcha in your FIFA. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah, so I remember when Modern Warfare 3 was an expansion for Modern Warfare 2, and then all of a sudden one day I was like, nah, it's a full-size game, guys.
Well, and that's what I think it is. Maybe it's a marketing thing, right? Where they're like, okay, the resources that they put into it is the same amount as just simply making a quick expansion, right? Like that's all it is. So it doesn't actually cost them that much. But then they are able to market it a little bit, and people and all those Call of Duty players are going to eat it up and buy it because it's going to look in the marketing as if that is. And then the moment that happens, then you see all the articles and news things come out saying like, oh, you know, the campaign is only 3 hours and all of this and everything like that. But like we've stated many times, your average consumer is not crazies like us who look up these articles, who look at gaming news, watch videos, all that stuff. The average consumer, they're going to see the marketing for it. They're going to see the trailer on the PlayStation Store, the Xbox Store, whatever it is, and they're going to buy it again. That's what's going to happen. So,
I mean, I've always been called a weirdo for playing the campaigns of COD, so.
right. Well, and it's to Bobby's point though. It's like, hey, Modern Warfare 3 sold like crap because it was a complete cash grab. But I mean, their battle royale Warzone is still making them a crap ton of money because everyone's still buying the battle pass. It's, you know, bundled with the Modern Warfare 3 expansion / full game, all that stuff, right? And then people go in, buy those cosmetics, and that's still making them a crap ton of money.
So we're gonna go full circle here. This is why Sony bought Bungie, because they wanted that.
Exactly. Well, yeah.
Full circle. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah,
look at that.
yeah, exactly. We've gone full circle, and there's a freaking sniper over there.
Yeah, I know. I can feel it as he's pumping bullets into me. Oh,
I got you on the heels.
Thank you much. No, it starts getting old because you see. Oh, god damn it! I got a little too cocky.
Like we were both like, oh god damn it.
You never go full circle. Oh man. All right, enough negative video game talks. I'm playing P3 Reload right now. It's pretty goddamn fun.
Well, yeah, it's a remake of Persona 3, so I assume it's
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I will say I played P4 Golden when they re-released it on consoles. That was my favorite Persona, but after I played the P4, I think 5 might be my favorite Persona again.
Well, don't tell Brain that. He'll crazy about those games.
Yeah, but I think he would agree with me when I say when I say 5 is probably the best Persona.
Momentum builds for the boundless.
Oh god damn it! That's what I get for looking over at the chat.
I have no idea who's shooting me right now. Up we go. Where are you shooting me from? All right, I'm probably gonna die here, but that's fine. I want to know where he's shooting me from.
Oh, so you're gonna do a sacrifice yourself to figure out some information. I like it.
Yep.
Team player right here. Team player.
Oh, now they're literally coming through the building.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, I was about to say that.
And there we go. Go! Right here, right on us, right on us.
Guys, wall hacks. Oh,
No, he's got a sword. No, I was gonna
got a
reload.
A bag of dicks.
Ugh. Bobby, are you finally done with Rebirth? Like, I feel like you're taking forever to beat that game.
Savage.
Oh, I was gonna revive you, but okay. Ow, 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 ow. I look at the chat for 2 seconds and then...
See?
There we go. I'm doing everything. Okay, so you're taking your time. Okay, so you're doing what Lethal and I did. Got it. Okay. Oh, I thought they were reviving. I guess not.
Boundless are steering the ship. That platform is theirs.
All right, time to do a little exploring.
My God.
The boundless are halfway to the finish line.
Your brother is about 160 hours deep into the game.
Oh
Jeez.
my God! How do you burn that much time in that game?
I mean, I'm
It's a big
130
game.
hours into the game, so.
Oh my God!
We have a battle underway on the platform.
I mean, it's a fun game, dude. I really enjoy it.
I like it. I just think it would have been better if Nomura was involved. Fight me.
Even though he really wasn't. Even though he wasn't involved like at all.
Fully believe it's his fault. The metaverse stuff, like it doesn't work for me. I don't like it.
Well, I'll be talking about that in my video that I make today / tomorrow. So you can go ahead and watch it and then give your opinion.
Onto the platform.
And it will be angry, I'm sure, because I'm like the only guy who just doesn't seem to adore this franchise.
Well, like you and I said when we were
franchise, I mean
talking last
seven.
week, it really comes down to, do you like Final Fantasy VII World? If you don't, then
Nope.
you're going to look at it
I don't.
a lot more objectively, right?
I will
Whereas
say
if
it's
you're
my
somebody
favorite Final
who's...
Fantasy VII thing,
Huh?
so it is my favorite. The remake and Rebirth are my favorite Final Fantasy stuff, though. It's by far my favorite. Cloud's way less whiny and annoying.
Okay, so I have to ask, where... Oh, that's where he was. You know, because I remember you've been saying that since we were kids, right? Where Cloud's this little whiny ass dude, and I'm just
He's a whiny ass bitch.
But where?
me.
So are you getting that from the games, or are you getting that from something like Kingdom Hearts?
No, so prior, so I didn't play Final Fantasy VII, like the original PS1 game, until probably about 10 years ago or so. Mm-hmm. And I got about halfway through it. I don't like the Final Fantasy active turn battle thing. Fight me. Mm-hmm. I think it's kind of annoying. But regardless, I thought it was cool and all. But for the most part, Kingdom Hearts like 1 and 2, and then Advent Children, my real only exposure to Final Fantasy VII.
Right.
And let me tell you, that's not a good introduction.
No,
I can
it's not.
assure
No,
you.
it's not. So yeah, so it
terribly-
was Kingdom Hearts that really got you into.
And you know why that? You know who made Kingdom Hearts, Talon? Nomura. It's
Yep.
all his fucking fault. At this point, I'm just playing the character. I really don't have any real issue with Nomura. I just think he makes convoluted plots.
Well, so it is interesting.
no.
So to some degree, yes, Cloud is very like,
An incredible
we'll call him what he is. He's emo, essentially, right? But Kingdom Hearts like took that and like tripled it, essentially. So
I'll say this. Kingdom Hearts Cloud is like emo as in like My Chemical Romance. Like it's kind of facade, kind of overplayed. It's like like you're a fucking teenager having a thing, right?
funny enough, because he is 16
Whereas-
in the game, so
I think Remake and Rebirth is less emo and more like the guy has PTSD. Like it actually
Which he
comes
does.
off as
Which he-
sure, which I think was the original point of that. But it comes off as an angsty edgelord in Kingdom Hearts and Advent Children, whereas I think they did a better job with him in Remake and Rebirth.
Well,
And
so
I
it-
really want to say something, but I don't want to because it's spoilery about Rebirth.
Bobby, close your eyes for a second, or close your ears for a second, I guess, or we'll talk about it later.
All I'm gonna say is that they should have cut his ass loose a lot earlier in that game. Like, Jesus H.
I mean, he's got a rap sheet already now, so don't worry.
I know that's what I just do not understand why they kept his ass around. Is all I'm saying.
Bobby, we're joking.
I was vague as fuck. Like you could practically be about Remake and it would still be valid. I mean, I don't know. Like I get the zeal people have for Final Fantasy. I think like I said, we talked about it last week. It's a case of nostalgia. If you're not nostalgic for Final Fantasy VII, I don't think Remake and Rebirth is as amazing as everyone says it is. I think it's a very solid game.
It's a solid
both
game.
Remake and Rebirth.
Yes. But part of
I
it
just
is
don't
also
think
being able
it's-
to delve more deeply into the characters that were only you were only able to portray them in text bubbles, essentially, and very limited cutscenes all the way back in the PS1 days, right? So
Exactly. I just don't think they did enough of that, which sounds funny coming from me who says Rebirth is so haphazard and kind of does its own thing for the majority of the game.
It is interesting because, and no spoilers, Bobby, by the way. So, but before the game came out, right? Advent Children was put back into theaters here in Japan, and I think even select theaters in the States and some other countries, right?
It was a Fathom event thing, yeah.
Right. So because they wanted you to watch that, and then because they've even stated in an interview that some of that stuff from Advent Children somehow, right, is going to tie into the third game, right? Or because again, and it makes a little bit more sense based on the ending.
I can guess,
right?
Yeah, I can guess why.
Yeah, you can kind of take some guesses and everything because there's even been theories about how Advent Children is supposed to be, so Advent Children was a direct continuation of the original Final Fantasy VII, obviously, right? But a lot of people are kind of calling that the quote unquote the bad timeline. You lost or that kind of stuff, right? Because Aerith died and everything.
God damn it, Talon.
So what? I'm talking about the original.
Spoiler.
Dude, the original. She's been dead for 27 years.
No, we don't know that yet if he didn't play the game. God damn it, Talon.
I'm talking about the original. I literally said the original.
You did not say that?
Yes, I
you
did.
said?
Jesus.
Did you say that really, though? Poor little Bobby over here might get spoiled. Did you say that really?
Bobby, spoilers for a 27-year-old game.
So, do you ever watch Spawn Wave or listen to this podcast at all? You know what I'm talking about.
You said the original, and then Levin spoiled.
I put my foot in my mouth. God damn it! I apologize. Well, I don't know. Like, I didn't spoil it because it's supposed to be a remake of the original. But the spoiler is it a remake or is it a retelling? So I apologize.
I thought you said this wasn't Drunk Lemon.
Wait, when did they say this?
No, because I told him I'm gonna try and do some conversations with you today. He's like, as long as it's not Drunk Lemon on stream, and I was like,
Oh,
pretty
come
sure that
on!
was only one
Drunk
time.
Lemon's best lemon. Wait, which drunk lemon? Like the super drunk
The
lemon?
super drunk lemon, the super
Oh, like
drunk one, which was
blackout
only
drunk? Yeah, no.
yeah, that was only one time.
Yeah, well, that we know of.
Was there another time you were super?
Oh, I'm sure. Mostly around Mario Kart though,
That was like
because you can't play Mario Karts. Yeah, that's probably true.
There you are.
I don't think I've ever gotten that drunk on a stream except for that one time, and then I don't think we were streaming that one time when I actually did pass out and I just didn't move the start line. Oh man, good times there. Allegedly. High five. Oh come on now, boy. That's hurtful.
No.
Going over there.
How are we not?
Jesus. Low functioning, yeah. Yeah, low functioning alcoholism makes me feel a lot better about myself, for sure. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Special delivery.
Oh, he's so close to being dead. No. Yeah, I gotcha. Zipline was your downfall.
The overdogs have claimed the platform as their personal playground.
You know what's really fun about being a heavy? Fighting our heavy as we both fight to reload faster.
Going up there. Enemy spotted.
I like Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal.
Are we really about to win this? Wow.
Hey man, don't jinx it. Oh fuck, I'm on fire. It burns, it burns. Yeah,
Ow,
we
that was a
win.
fast one.
We win.
Win a round in any mode without being eliminated. Ow. Okay.
Hot digging daffodil, I got that too.
That doesn't seem right. You always get eliminated.
Yeah. I know, I died a number of times.
Are you fighting? Are you fighting a heavy that looks like?
Yeah, we'll say that. You know what bums me out so far about this year?
What?
there hasn't been any huge announcements for games this year. Like,
Well, I mean,
It's coming out
2020,
in the
2023,
fall.
I mean, it kind of makes sense though, because 2023 had a ton of stuff from 2022 that got pushed to 2023, not to mention 2023 had a ton of games already. And due to most likely just blowback from everything that happened during the pandemic and everything. And so 2024 is definitely a more lighter year in terms of announcements and everything. Anything that's going to get announced is going to be in, released in 2025. Hence Sony's little thing of, hey, don't expect any first party stuff until March 2025 at the earliest.
well, Bobby,
We just got Rebirth and Dragon.
saying out of 1 out of 2 games are bangers is not proving my point. Dragon's Dogma slipped and fell right on its face.
I'm honestly
I don't care what
surprised you
anyone
haven't
says.
played it. I thought you might have picked it up. And then again, you've been going
I
RPG
bounced
heavy,
the
so maybe.
I bounced the fuck off the original Dragon's Dogma game. I'm like, oh, wait for a deal. Yeah, that's what's funny about Dragon's Dogma 2. Like, the players who played that game love it.
Oh yeah, they absolutely love
Much like the original. Like, if Capcom would actually put those games a bit quicker, I swear to God, they would be in the same levels like
I'm just waiting for Game
Dark
Pass.
Souls and Elden Scrolls. Jesus Christ.
Elder Scrolls.
I'm sorry. I'm just so pumped for the next Elder Scrolls game. It's on the mind. No, Elden.
Don't worry,
Ring.
you're not gonna
Which,
get
by
Elder
the
Scrolls.
way,
You're not getting Elder Scrolls 6 until like 2030 at the earliest. And it'll be on the Creation Engine again. So it's gonna run like shit.
Creation 3.
Oh no, it's not Creation Engine 2. It's just Creation Engine 1.2, and then so it's gonna become 1.3. That's all it's gonna become.
Well, there's 2 in the name, so that's close enough.
Yeah, but let's be perfectly honest. Is it really an updated engine? Is it real?
Well, Microsoft owns it now, so I'm sure it's more of a case of.
I know we're never gonna see it, but I want to know how many sales Starfield actually.
Here we go.
Because all they talk about is that a record number of people played it, and of course, people most likely just played it on Game Pass. I mean, I guess you could probably go off of the achievements earned, right? Like Bobby, you were saying that for Hi-Fi Rush, like less than a percent of all Xbox players actually got past the first chapter or something like that.
Progress can be reversed quickly, and the cash they've earned will shift to their opponents. With lightning reflexes, the live
I
wires
mean,
are the
from a
first to
business
take
standpoint,
control.
who cares how far they got? Like, I feel like these numbers aren't for us. It's for the shareholders. That's who they care about.
Frag out!
Less than 50% completed the first level.
But shareholders
I'm
don't care.
curious.
Don't
I am
even know what
curious
levels
how
are.
good it will do for PlayStation. Because it was at a moment it was like top of the pre-order list.
I mean, after Hi-Fi Rush got a better score on PlayStation and Xbox at a 91, who knows?
It's that Xbox tax, man. You know it is.
91. That's gotta be better than one of the Last of Us ports, right?
The PC port for The Last of Us. Yeah, that thing was garbage.
Yep. Oh man, that's gonna be terrible for Bobby over here. Hi-Fi Rush getting a higher score than a Last of Us? Oh man.
I'm waiting for the
jeez.
comment. I'm waiting for it. Bobby, give me a banger. Come on. I want to
Yep.
see it.
Is it wrong? I'm just like glutton for punishment.
No, this is entertainment for me.
I want to know what he says.
I want to know what he's going to say too.
He's probably gonna respond with it. Say shitting on Tsushima or something.
Yeah, he's gonna turn around and shit on me.
So it works out for me too, because I get a chuckle out of it.
The platform's on the move, folks, and the powerhouses are driving.
Either he didn't hear it or he's writing a really long comment.
Writing a novel.
Ow. Okay.
But no, back to our talk. Like, I don't like outside of like a couple of like smaller games, quote unquote smaller. Like Paper Mario, I'm wanting to play the Thousand Year Door, and then the Ease games coming west to the west now. Like, I don't think there's any massive game coming out in the fall. It's announced right now.
Fall, I have absolutely no idea. The only game, so the next games coming out that I know of are Stellar Blade, that indie. I know it's an indie game, but I personally can't wait for it. The Zao game.
Zao? Yeah, I'm probably gonna play that.
I'm definitely looking forward to that one. I mean, the demo's super fun on Steam. Definitely go play it. And then there was one more game I was going to be covering. What was it? Why am I blanking on what?
Spoilers! Come on, give them to me. What do you got? What is the game?
So that Game Pass inflates player numbers artificially and makes the game dominant instead of part. Look. Got you on heels. Hey, you got your barricades, by the way, or anything?
It's no, not almost. Oh,
I'm healing you. I'm out of heals.
Now.
I can't heal anymore. It's got to recharge. Jesus, barrels are getting thrown at us and everything. Get out of here, you fucking little character. Also, Lemon, you're a spoiler. Your opinion means nothing.
Dick.
No, but there's one more game I was going to be covering. What was it? Stellar Blade, Zao, and something else. There's something else out in April. I don't remember what the game was called, though.
April.
It's April.
Tell me about it. Maybe I'll know.
I'm
Give
drawing a
me the
huge
vibe.
blank. Or maybe it's like
Wow,
early.
okay.
It's either April or late May or early May. I don't. Why am I blanking on it?
Is it a big name developer? Small name?
It's medium, I think. Alan, is your wife okay with you covering Stellar Blade? Yeah.
So Stellar Blade, like this might be like a Bernstein Bears kind of thing. I swear to God, is rated T. And I saw it right, and I'm like, yeah, that seems a bit more right.
Honey, I have to unlock the flesh suit for direct. Doesn't that turn into hard mode or something like that?
I'm playing hard mode because
Playing hard mode right now.
I'm playing hard mode, guys. Yep, playing hard mode.
Hard mode.
The jokes write themselves, man.
They do.
I'm sorry, I'm playing hard mode. And the best,
I had to take these really close up.
I'm doing it for YouTube.
I had to take these really close up photos for thumbnails.
Don't worry, I'm making the money. Playing on hard mode.
Oh, they write
Oh,
themselves.
that's funny about it. Like they're taking the Yokotaro kind of mentality of it is the player is going to be staring at this person's butt this whole game. Let's make it look good. Like
But
they know their
don't tell
demographic.
Phil Spencer he doesn't want this kind of characters made. Oh, hello.
They know their demographic.
Oh, they do.
Teenage boys.
And even young adult men.
Though I will say it's kind of funny that everyone's kind of shitting on Stellar Blade for this, and maybe just because Stellar Blade's like, I don't know, just a flash in the pan kind of thing. This is Bayonetta in a nutshell.
It is, yeah. No, that's exactly what I've said. I was just like, guys, what about Bayonetta? And that released on the Switch and Nintendo consoles.
Nintendo is the reason why we had a second and third Bayonetta. So,
Yeah.
Okay. I like those games. They're pretty solid because I guess, I mean, I'm trying to think, when did Devil May Cry 5? Yeah, 5 was the newest one. That came out after Bayonetta 3, right?
Yes, I think.
Like, they really don't make DMC kind of games as much anymore.
Not unless you're counting.
Definitely rare.
Yeah, well, it's more on the kind of Elden Ring style, you know, from soft games, you know.
Oh yeah, everything's doing like a Soulsborne
Yeah,
kind of game,
Soulsborne type of thing, yeah.
which DLC's coming soon.
Yep. Or what was it? Yoshi P. He says, "All right, I'll give you guys 1 week to play Final Fantasy 14 or the Elden Ring DLC, and then you can go ahead and play the Final Fantasy 14 DLC."
Special delivery.
Yeah, like I don't.
Powerhouses have seized control and are steaming.
Oh shit!
I don't care
Did I
about.
make- oh god, I made it.
Oh wow, I saw that.
I thought there was something else.
I don't know. I really don't care either way because I'm probably not gonna play the Elden Ring DLC just because I don't play DLC and really why? Okay, whatever. If it was a standalone game, sure, I'd be all in, but like it's not, and I've pretty much cheesed my way to being the last boss in that
I'm gonna
game.
die. 60 health. Ah, someone help me.
I'm coming, buddy.
And you all know me. I'm all about the inclusion and representation, but that seems so weird to make. No, I think the reason he made it is because he wants Hellblade on the Xbox as well, right? Just like he wants Helldivers on the Xbox, right? In his words, it doesn't help anybody.
See, it doesn't help anyone if he was a publisher like Take-Two or EA. But it does help him because he works for a console manufacturer. Like, I fully agree with what he's saying. It just doesn't make sense why he is the one saying it. He's off his fucking rocker and pretty much begging another big publisher to you know, hire him at this point, I feel like.
Yeah, he's job hunting.
Yeah. I feel like his days are numbered, and that's probably why he's doing this.
If Vince Phil is actually Hiroki's adopted son who infiltrated Xbox like 20 years ago to destroy it from the inside. I saw many people who went out and bought PS5s for Rebirth. Yeah, they did. Definitely a lot of people did.
The powerhouses charted a course to the win this time on Power Shift.
I am curious though, what will happen in May with the whole exclusivity thing for Rebirth, because it's definitely a lot shorter. I'm wondering if that goes to the Epic Game Store or to Steam. I hope it's to Steam.
Because you're gonna buy it on Steam?
Well, no, Steam's the bigger platform, so more people get to play it.
Well, why don't you think about poor Epic? They have to fight so hard. They have to go after Apple.
Because their Fortnite money isn't as good, right?
Exclusives don't
Because
sell
and say it with
consoles.
me,
That's why
boys and girls.
That's why Nintendo's doing so poorly, because exclusives don't sell consoles.
Exactly, man. Come on, Bobby. Use your brain.
Jesus
Use your brain a
Christ,
little bit,
man.
man. Exclusives are what are hurting Nintendo. Come
Yeah,
on. I mean, they've only
Nintendo-
sold 124 million of that puny, pathetic little Switch console. What are you talking about?
It's a fucking cell phone.
Exactly. Oh no, what was that comment that Phil Spencer made about what was it, Zoomers or something like that, or Gen Z? Did he make some comment about that? I was just like, what?
It's not hard to make fun of Gen Z. I feel like that's everyone's favorite new
I know, but it's just, I'm like, why would you do that? Like, you know, they're gonna either mock you online or, you know, it's gonna be taken out of context. Like, why would you even bring that up? Is my question. Like,
you know, I forgot who said it, but the whole idea of Nintendo creates lifelong customers, but how they get them young and kind of, you know, instills that fandom in Nintendo, and that's why it works so well for them. Specific family-friendly games that kind of aren't, you know,
Let's dive into Power Shift.
like Elmo or Blue's Clues. Like they actually, it's like Mario and Zelda, where like it's kid-friendly, but it's not like quote-unquote kid-friendly, if that makes sense.
I
Like
get
that's
that.
like the secret to their success.
I still can't believe that the CEO of a gaming company said it didn't matter if the company made good games. That was definitely
Well, you know, they made a Monopoly mobile game that made billions of dollars, so say what you will about the guy, he's not entirely off. It's just he didn't make the right shitty games that made money.
wait, what mobile game did he make?
No, there's a Monopoly mobile game that made like a shit ton of fucking money.
Yeah.
And so it's a shitty game though. It's Monopoly. Monopoly is a shitty board game. I will not suffer anyone who says Monopoly is a good game. But a mobile Monopoly game made billions of dollars. Why? To do an extra fucking roll. Like, so you don't need to make good games, you make addictive games.
Yep, that's the key right there, making your addictive games.
Exactly. That's where King comes into this.
Oh yeah, and that's honestly probably the big thing that they're trying to get, because if you realize all of like the people who were fighting against them was it was all about Activision and everything. What about King?
That's the real moneymaker.
That is the real moneymaker, yeah.
People still play Candy Crush for whatever reason. I will play Bejeweled till the end of my goddamn... Actually, yeah, Bejeweled. It would be Bejeweled.
I'm an Nintendo fanboy. If I had the money, I'd play right now. Oh, okay. So I was Lemon and I were talking about this right before the stream started. So some sales numbers came out for the first week of from the 22nd, because what 3 games released? 3 Japanese company games released. Princess Peach game, Dragon's Dogma 2, and Rise of the Ronin. Princess Peach sold the most in Japan. Now, good, it's Japan. It is physical sales only, but the fact that that game beat out, it sold like 80,000 physical copies or something like that, and Dragon's Dogma was only like 67,000, and Rise of the Ronin was like 66 or 65 or something like that. Whatever like those 2 games were super close, and then Princess Peach was like an extra 10K above them. I was just like, that says something right there.
Tossing some fire. Gotta reload.
I mean, I didn't buy Dragon's Dogma, but I did buy Rebirth, and I did buy Princess Peach in the mail.
My wife ended up buying Princess Peach. She's playing it right now, so if I want to go play it, I can play it whenever I want. So that's a nice. It's funny. My wife's not like a gamer or anything, but like she likes to play video games, or she likes to watch me play games, or like we talk about things. For like a straight week, we were talking about about Rebirth, and then but it wasn't about like the ending or anything like that. It was mostly about just what the differences are between this game and the original and everything. And then she's a big Tifa fan. She loves Tifa. So anytime Tifa and Cloud were on screen together, she's just like, oh, I love them together. I was like, don't go online, don't go on Twitter.
That's a good advice for in general. Just don't go on Twitter.
Yeah, she doesn't have a Twitter, so
don't go on Twitter. That's a good life lesson.
Yep.
It's a shithole. You'll feel less happy.
Okay, so the thing about Princess Peach is, guys, there's no boss fights or anything. It's kind of like Mario, right? Where it's just like, touch the boss twice and you're done. Like, that's it. So
it's like someone didn't finish the game.
What, Princess Peach or Mario?
Mario. Wonder.
No, my wife and I finished it together on co-op.
100%?
I think we got to 90%, and then she finished out the last 10%.
I think the people were bitching about how hard the last level was. I'm like, well,
it's not, but the last level's not defeating Bowser. It's like it's like one of those secret levels, essentially.
Yeah, it's 100% a secret level. It's like,
oh god damn, dude, my gas grenades bounce off your big head.
My gray hair, you mean? Oh, jeez, I got stuck in the plane.
I'm getting revived. Wow. Okay. Ah, I'm on fire. Double medic, baby, let's go.
Fire.
The overdogs are doing great. The platform's moving.
Catch on heals. I revived your luscious hair.
Hair by Head and Shoulders.
I don't have to worry about that anymore. Oh, Lemon, The Last of Us 2 Remastered scored the same as Hi-Fi Rush on PS5.
Yeah, but what? Oh, wait, really? It did? I'm kind of shocked, but So, like, at the end of the day, like, you're not gonna find me defending Hi-Fi. I didn't like it either. I don't like music games though, so I'm kind of biased.
I thought you liked Guitar. No, it wasn't you. I thought I was gonna say, did you like
I
Guitar
love
Hero?
Rock Band. I love Rock Band. I'm not good at them. I don't like I like both of them because I like music. I can't play them though. I have no sense of rhythm at all. Like I cannot keep on beat whatsoever. Much to the chagrin of pretty much everyone I play those games with. And what's funny is they kept putting me on bass, which to me is the worst, you know, instrument to play if you have no sense of rhythm, because you're part of the rhythm section.
Right. No, that makes sense. Hi-Fi
So,
oh, Bobby. Your video still gets views. We still get comments on it. And funny enough, over time, people have actually started to agree with your statements. The like to dislike ratio is still terrible, but it doesn't matter. It still gets views.
Yeah, who cares? Who cares about dislikes as long as you get the views?
Well, your
That's
average
what
person
people
can't really
want.
see them unless you install like a extension.
Well, the extension's not even based on actual dislikes. It's based on people who dislike it with the extension.
Oh, I thought I could grab it. No.
No, like I did not like Hi-Fi. I didn't even finish it. Like I would prefer it if it didn't have any like rhythm parts to it. I want it to be just a straight up like Banjo-Kazooie knockoff.
Don't worry. Phil's gonna get you your Spyro. He's gonna get your Crash Bandicoot game, you know, and then somehow find a way to monetize it. Gonna have
So
crazy
I'll be this guy.
microtransactions.
I did not like Crash Bandicoot 4. You know why? Because it was really fucking hard. Like, I'm not gonna say the Crash Bandicoot games were easy, but fucking hell, man, it was fucking hard. And I lived and died by DKC, and those are not easy games, allegedly. I thought they were easy because I grew up on them. Everyone tells me they're kind of hard.
I think a lot of it comes down to the controls and how rugged they were.
Great showing from our team so far. We've been seeing
I
a lot
guess.
of grit and
I
determination
mean,
in the arena today.
there was some. I mean, there's some real like the Lost Worlds and DKC 2 were not easy. I'll give you that, but Crash Bandicoot 4 just felt unfair. It was not fun to play.
Throw your grenades onto the platform. You gotta take them out. Go. That's one.
Explosions.
Yep. Am I gonna make this? No, I'm not even close. Okay, I gotta take a jump pad.
Oh, jeez, this jump pad. See, the problem with the jump pads is that you cannot control yourself, and so it just makes you think you're gonna get on the platform. You're not getting on the platform.
Don't worry, I created my own. Oh god, I thought you were gonna knock me off.
Oh my god, I got it.
Grenade launcher, guy from above. Ow.
Oh, fuck me. Why is this guy a flamethrower?
He's a heavy
This isn't
class.
Vietnam. This isn't Vietnam. Get out of here. Oh, it's right.
Retro Invasion 2. I don't know what that is.
We're getting killed by the Space Invader aliens.
Thermalize on.
You don't have that anti-gravity grenade, do you?
Nope. Sorry.
The overdogs have really got their heels.
A minute still remaining. Let's see what they make of it.
Frag grenade out.
Drop down. Yes.
Toxic gas set.
Right side, right side. Right side where I am. I can't.
Is that left side?
Ah! Oh, my right, but yeah. I guess.
The other right.
The other right!
Fire. Fire.
Fire bad. Fire hurt.
Fire. Fire.
Ow!
Oh, Jesus
No,
Christ.
we were so close!
And they're off back to their base. The social 10 seconds left.
25 seconds. That's like an eternity.
It is. We just gotta get him off and then we'll win automatically. It says sudden death, but the moment we get him off, that's all we have to
I was
do.
gonna say, I love when that happens. It's like that right there is a perfect victory. You're never gonna win, so why are you wasting your time?
Well, you can. If they get it all the way back around, technically, they could win. But
They're never going
they're never
to.
going
Get
to.
all-
Knock on wood.
You pretty much did a team wipe, so we're all ready to go.
Yep.
Outside of us just not being able to get to the platform, which is a valid concern.
Don't worry. We just got to sit up here on this. No, I was going to say sit up there, but...
Time to bounce.
See, I kind of wish like blowing the platform up was a valid strategy, because I have a rocket launcher. I really want to use it.
I don't know how I just monkeyed up that, but okay. Just going to wait right here, because they'll be coming this way.
So some asshole blew up the platform and it wasn't me. Oh, motherfucker. Seriously?
Come on, guys. Just literally fire on the thing. That's all we have to do. Kill the healer. Kill this guy now. There. That's all we had to do. See? We're done. Winners.
It's like a lot of goddamn effort, Talon. What are you talking?
An incredible match concludes with the overdogs as the victors. And with that, we'll
It's
see
all
you next
due to my
time
head.
at the finals.
My head
Your
and shoulders.
luscious hair.
My luscious locks. Look at those muscles. Brought to you by Head and Shoulders. give me my sponsorship money now.
I'm going to quickly get some water real quick, so I won't start the matchmaking just yet.
Oh, you're so nice.
Well, it's also your chance if you want to as well.
Yep, you know what? Can do exactly that.
Definitely. Edit this, then. No. Go with that. All right, let's go ahead and start up the next match then. Power shift. Do it.
I'm back.
Hey, perfect timing. I literally just hit the search button.
Negative daffodil. All right, so I need you to answer this.
Okay. All right, go.
Over under. Do you think Metroid Prime 2's come out this year?
You mean the remaster, I'm assuming?
Yeah, of course.
Yes, I think it will.
You do think so? Okay.
I think so. When? I have absolutely no idea. I mean, they shadow dropped Metroid Prime 1 remaster. Because like they literally announced it in a Nintendo Direct, and then it was digital available, but then like a couple weeks later it was available physically. So, and that was in February last year. So I think there's a very high chance that we do see it. As for if they're gonna release something like Metroid Prime 4 with the new release of their next console, whatever it's gonna be, I'm not really sure. That's hard to say. I have no idea where they are in their development, because obviously we know they started over a few years ago, all that stuff. So I have absolutely no idea. Yeah, that's my personal.
At this point, I ain't worry about 4. Like I don't.
Oh, it'll come when it comes. It'll come when it comes.
Yeah.
I want 2 to come out, because actually 2 was Prime 2. That was the first Prime game I played, and then I got to play. And then I played. It's okay.
Really?
Yeah, because that's when I got my GameCube. That's when I got it. I didn't get the GameCube right as a release or anything, right? I got the GameCube, and then Metroid Prime. I remember this because I went to Hollywood Video of all places, right? Showing my age here. Went to Hollywood Video, and Metroid Prime 2 was available to rent, right there. Metroid Prime 1 was it was sold out. There were no more copies to rent. So I just got because I didn't even know about it originally. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just try this game out or something like that. And I loved it, and then I went and I bought it. So.
Control is key, June. Contestants must take command to drive all the way.
I feel like when I got my GameCube, Metroid Prime had just come out. I remember the launch game, right?
It wasn't a launch game, but it wasn't like a long time.
Pretty early. It was pretty early.
Yeah.
I had.
Oh,
it,
Bunny Man just killed me.
Wind Waker and Mario Sunshine.
Bobby, damn it!
Holy
You Overwatch
crap.
2 heroes out right now.
The Big Splash have claimed the platform.
What's
Isn't
Overwatch again?
dying slowly but surely every single day?
Oh crap! We didn't even talk about it. The Marvel Overwatch game. I watched your video on it. You know, I will say I was very negative about it, but I did watch the video, and this is not me sucking up. Because I watched your guys' video on it, I watched a lot more gameplay of it. Looks interesting, and I do like the fact that the heroes have to team up a little bit to do like their attacks and stuff. I think that's a kind of cool feature. So, Talon, if you play the game, I'll give it a whirl.
Okay.
Even
I mean,
though
it's
I
free to
don't give a
play,
shit
so
about
I
superheroes.
definitely have to cover it because it's free to play.
But I'm just saying, if you need a spiritor, a partner in crime, I'm your guy. I was pretty negative about it, but the gameplay looked kind of cool.
Ow, I can't move! Nah! Get him!
Fire.
There.
Fire.
Fire hurt.
Now I want to know, what's the new Overwatch 2 hero?
I have no idea. Some kind of drill hero?
Why is Little Bobby sighing? Is it not a cool hero?
I don't know. I think Little Bobby's in this weird spot where he loves Overwatch 2, but with what they've done to it, he hates it.
Compared to earlier Overwatch 2 or Overwatch 1?
I'm guessing compared to Overwatch 1.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, because I feel like no one liked Overwatch 2.
I mean, it's still Overwatch 1. Half the files still have 1 in them.
Yeah. In fact, I have Overwatch 2 because I own Overwatch 1 now. So, it's just confusing.
I haven't played Overwatch. I haven't played Overwatch since...
You and I played Overwatch 2 when it first came out. Like, this is a game of all time. Cool. Let's go play something else. we were not fans. And I loved Overwatch 1 when it first came out. Like,
oh yeah, we loved it.
That was the game. For a couple of months, that gave me not total vibes, but pretty similar to like when Call of Duty 4 first came out, when everyone was playing it, or Gears of War when it first came out. Everyone was playing it.
Don't get Bobby on Gears of War.
Everyone. He's wrong. It's fine. He's also wrong about Last of Us. It's fine. I live with these facts, Talon. But just that the fact that like everyone I knew was playing the game and everything like that to me, I think doesn't happen very often anymore. Like in the 360 days, like maybe just because there's less games, I don't know. But like in fact, everyone was playing Gears of War, everyone was playing Halo 3, everyone was playing COD 4.
Oh, less people. Gaming was not as popular as it was back then. So I mean, yeah, technically that is correct.
Or maybe it's because of Apex Legends.
Oh god,
killing
that game
all
is...
those players off of Titanfall.
Oh god,
I wish Titanfall 2 wasn't filled with a bunch of tryhards, man.
Frag grenade out.
That was such a I love Titanfall 1, but 2 was such a botched launch.
Yep,
Fuck
thanks,
you,
EA.
man.
Thanks, EA.
Fuck you. Fuck you. You sacks of shit. Like, God, I love Titanfall 1. So many hours in that game,
You
man.
and I played a crap ton of that.
Oh
Yep.
my god, dude.
Played a
I
ton
love
of
Titanfall 1. Oh,
Great game.
man. Like, when you enter the match with the robot with the little happy face on it. Oh. So many good ideas. And it's just such a bummer that you just can't let it languish.
Oh,
And now
what
it's just a kind of shell of itself with Apex, which,
Yeah.
you know, if people like it, you know, so be it. I'm not going to fault them for it, but they're really missing out because they can't summon, you know, giant mechs to fall down and crush your enemies like you can in Titanfall. And that to me is a making of a great game. I'm going to crush my enemies with mechs.
Platform is a
Yeah, what is I keep falling on their jump pad. It was
But
funny,
no, I
there's only
think-
one jump head.
Yeah, I know. But, well, I mean, getting back to our original topic, I do think the Marvel game will probably do well. Marvel's Rivals. I think it will do well, especially because it's Marvel. It's a big IP. It's got its fans behind it.
Avengers also is a Marvel property, in case you forgot.
Right. So,
It did do well.
well, yeah.
I mean, I hope so. My naive, you know, childlike mind. I would love for that that Marvel Overwatch game to do well. I'm all for games doing well. I want them to be fun. I want more fun games, right? I might be tired of superheroes, but make a fun superhero game. I'll play it, just like Spider-Man. But I'm so nihilistic now that I expect it to be an absolute cash-in where I can only play 2 heroes a month, like League of Legends or something.
Oh, God, yeah.
That's my issue with it. Which, again, makes me an old man. Back in the day when I would buy a game, I get the whole fucking game.
Yep.
Stew me.
I don't care what anyone says. Those were the days.
Yeah. You buy map packs. And you get the whole game. It was good. But
Oh, yes,
alas, time waits for no man.
Unfortunately. Yep.
So I just need to get with the times.
Oh, I mean, I definitely play a lot more single-player games. I mean, pretty much this is the only multiplayer game I really play.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I feel like you played multiplayer games longer than I did, but yeah. I don't know. I feel like I peaked with like WoW back in like Wrath of the Lich King days. Like after that, I really didn't play a whole lot of multiplayer games just because like I just don't. I'd rather play like a really cool single player game with like a enriching storyline.
The socialites are poised to seize the win.
Like multiplayer games are fun and all, but
I'm gonna get the tryhards and everything.
well, I don't know. I think something, at least for me, the biggest draw of multiplayer games is playing with friends. And the thing is, if all your friends are playing a bunch of different games, it's really difficult to get them all in the same game. And I remember like pretty much our whole class was playing like Gears of War and Halo 3. Like I had no qualms getting a full party in like Halo 3 back in the day. which again, you know, haha, boomer alert, but those are the days. Like nowadays, everything is so scattered, and it's just. Let's go back to my zeal about going like COD lobbies where a bunch of like people have their mics hot and stuff, and they're just like you hear the background of people like screaming, babies crying. That to me was pinnacle online gaming.
That was
And
so
that's not a thing
annoying.
anymore.
It was so
I
annoying.
love that so much, and to me, that's online gaming.
That's because all you did, you just listened. You didn't say anything. You just listened.
No, my mic was muted all the time because I am a timid little bitch. You know, little Bobby got on my shit from Drunk Lemon. I can assure you, Sober Lemon is not talkative whatsoever.
It's true.
And that was what I would do online. I would sit there and no, actually, I'd lie. I would make a lot of noise. It'd be laughing. I would laugh so much. Like me and my brother play Gears of War, and we get stuck with these randos, like 30-year-olds, just like flipping their shit, yelling at us, calling all kinds of curse words you'd never heard before, and that was peak Xbox Live for me. Loved it, loved it. Like it's just different these days, and I don't want to sound like a boomer, but
You kind of are.
I know.
Don't
and that's
worry.
the
Don't worry.
problem.
Anyone online thinks that a boomer's like over like 20 now.
Well, no one. Boomer is such a bizarre word now because it stemmed from the whole idea of baby boomer, but like boomer, I feel like is all the way down to like the 30s now.
It is.
Like, you and I are
It is.
boomers now at this point. So,
Even
it's
though I feel,
also-
even though I feel like a teenager still with half the stuff I do.
yeah, if you're a 25, you're a boomer. Yeah, I feel like boomers kind of turning into less of a age and more of just like you're an old person. You're a curmudgeon.
You look back on the old days essentially as well.
No, that's nostalgia. That you can go all the way down like teenager at that level. But I'm more thinking to me a boomer is like an asshole, like just a person who's a genuinely unfriendly person at this point. Because like, man, I guess Karen's more like that though, because he always like the okay boomer is like anything that's not with the current. I don't know. Maybe this is being a boomer is not understanding the current lingo, because I feel like boomers changed a lot.
It has.
But I'm also kind of confusing it with Karens too.
You know what's really funny is when that whole term was taking off because of the freakouts that you see on those shorts and everything. I literally have students named Karin, because that's actually a kind of
no.
Yeah, because that's actually okay, but that never took off here in Japan, obviously. Right? So it's totally fine.
It's not that. Well, it's also. I was saying phonetically. What's the?
Like, how do you pronounce it?
Well, no, phonetically is how you pronounce it. Like, there's like you go on Wikipedia and you look up anything Japanese, and they have this name for it. It's the translation back into a Western alphabet.
Yeah, Romaji.
Romaji doesn't sound right, but yeah, close enough. Effectively. But it's not spelled Karen though, right? It's like
It's
K-A-R-I-N.
E-N.
Oh, it's E-N? Oh,
It
no,
is
so
E-N.
it actually spelled Karen. Okay.
But it's the pronunciation as well, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's not because when you say Karen, it sounds like an I to most people, right? But in Japanese, when you
Karen,
pronounce it, it's
yeah.
Karin, like that. That's how you pronounce it.
God. Okay. I mean, so the I sent car. Yeah. I mean, it definitely sounds. I'm just trying to think of how you phonetically write that, but maybe a K-A-R-I-N.
We've got our first elimination of the match. Our teams are finally getting it.
But I mean, fuck. Like English is already bad enough. We add names to English, it gets even worse. So I'm not even gonna try to think about it.
Yeah.
Like,
That was the worst time for you to shoot. Reload and then
know.
shoot.
well, I didn't. Well, it was a turret, so it's fine. Wait, are you dead?
I died. Yeah, I got killed. I took one person down, and then I.
What? See, so you pay attention more to this game than I do. Do they nerf RPGs?
So
That was a fucking dead shot. This is not Call of Duty. Oh my god, really? Oh, I reload right when I was killing. This is like Call of Duty RPGs. Like they do no damage to people, but they blow up buildings. Excuse me.
Reloading.
All right, so Talon, we talked about Metroid Prime, but what about Paper Mario?
What about
You
it?
pumped about Thousand Year Door? Pumped about it?
So I was not the biggest
I
Paper
sure as fuck
Mario
am.
fan guy when it originally
Wait,
released.
wait. Which one though?
Whatever the first one was.
The N64 one?
Yes.
You played that one?
Yeah, I played it on Nat's old N64 when he used to hang out.
Yeah, that tracks. That tracks.
Yep. So I wasn't the biggest fan of that one. I never actually got to play Thousand Year
interesting,
Door.
okay. Neither did I. That's why I wanna play
So
it.
this would kind of be the first time for me to do that.
You picking it up? Day one?
Is it June is when it comes out?
Yeah, May or June. I think it's June.
If it's May, I can pick it up. If it's June, I can't. Just because June is my crazy month for work. So
Really?
yeah, there's no days, there's no holidays or tests or anything. So it's
yeah. No, I forget. Japan has a very different school schedule than the U.S. does.
that it does. So
You see, the students
I-
actually learn there.
Yep.
Special delivery.
Powerhouse's command.
It's sometime. I think it's May or June. So hopefully for you, it's May.
Yeah, if it's
I'm
May,
looking forward to
I
it.
can definitely do it. If it's June, I've got to wait. So,
It's
although with July coming
Right.
up, but then the problem is with July, I am then preparing for my honeymoon. So
Throwing a frag. Enemy spotted down. Frag grenade.
responsibilities, man.
I know, right?
Setting up
No, I'm super looking forward to Thousand Year Door because I never played it, and I feel like everyone always talks about the game. Like, oh, it's so good, it's so awesome. So I really want to try it out. Because I had a GameCube obviously at the time, but I never played Thousand Year Door. But at the time I had Nintendo Power, and they just hyped the shit out of it. But I didn't have goddamn money. I was a kid.
If I say we were kids, we didn't have jobs or
Yeah, we
anything.
didn't have money, and
Looks like the
I
powerhouse
didn't
is
play
So
that.
there will be a Metroid Prime 4 release in July then? No. No. Metroid Prime, we were talking about this earlier. I don't know if you were listening, Bobby, but Metroid Prime 2, I could easily see releasing sometime this year. I mean, they shadow dropped 1 last year in February, so I could easily see it happen. Or I have absolutely no idea when that's going to happen. Whenever 3 Prime gets its remaster, then that's when we're going to start seeing probably marketing for and everything.
Oh, I got a question for you, Talon.
Hang on, let me try and kill this guy real quick.
I revived. All right. Do you think Metro Prime 3 will get
Boundless are making
thumbstick controls, or do you think it'll be forced to be like kind of the weird motion controls?
God, I don't know. I can only guess maybe that's why it's taking
Galaxy.
longer for them to do that. Didn't they force the motion controls for Galaxy?
Yeah, that's what I say. All like Galaxy. Like that's what I'm kind of wondering.
Oh God, part of me is gonna say yes then. Unfortunately,
half of this match.
as much as I love the motion controls back on the Wii, because it actually worked, on the Switch, they're nowhere near as good.
Galaxy wasn't bad, but you didn't
Galaxy
require.
worked out pretty well. Oh, you're.
Well, because you're just aiming stars. Like it
Yeah,
wasn't like it was. Very
you're
accurate.
using the nunchuck to get the to move around and everything, and then it was the oh crap, the entire thing's coming down. And then it was the pointer that just collected the stars for it. That's all it did.
Exactly. They changed Skyward Sword to control it, and yet they still couldn't make the game decent. How is that possible? How is Skyward Sword such a bad game that even when they went back to controls, it still was shite?
It was not that good of a game. Skyward
No, it wasn't. And I'm tired of pretending that it was.
It never-
That is far and away the worst Nintendo. Well, actually, no, it's not. The DS ones are worse. I hate the DS ones so much.
Phantom Train or whatever.
Phantom Hourglass and the what was it?
Oh, Spirit
Something
Tracks.
Train.
Spirit Tracks.
Spirit Tracks, yeah. Like I'll give Skyward Sword the benefit of the doubt. It actually was way better than those DS ones.
I have a low bar,
This
but
DS, yeah, I know. Well, it's not. See, it's not fair though, because some of my favorite Zeldas were on the Game Boy though. Like, I love Link's Awakening, and everyone tells me. Excuse me.
Careful, there's a guy up on the roof.
I'm in.
I know, but remember the building, the thing is just.
I know it's coming down. I know it's coming.
Right there. Nice rocket. Right there, right there, right there. Oh, never mind.
I fell down.
Yeah, he's going invisible. Skyward
Let's
Sword is better than
Sorry, what were you gonna say? I apologize.
No. Bobby, get your head out of your ass. If you think Skyward Sword is better than Ghost of Tsushima, you've lost all my respect. You go sit in the corner, young man. I don't care how old you are. You are in a timeout. Go sit down for 10 minutes and you think about what you said. You think about that garbage statement that you just made. There is absolutely no way Skyward Sword is better than Ghost of Tsushima. I rest my case.
But he put it in caps. He said it.
I don't care. I don't care. He is wrong. He is dead wrong. He knows it. He's only doing it to get a... no. Go into the corner, young man. You're in a timeout.
He's got his money's worth. That's all I'm saying. Oh, shit. Really? You know, actually, that tracks.
No,
Zelda's a franchise. You could probably take a shot on a plate, on a paper plate, and a good plate, paper plate.
No.
And it would still track well.
As we've stated multiple times, those scores mean jack shits. They mean jack shits.
Oh, we took out the nuclear option. Only one of them scored the same as Starfield.
Again, those scores mean absolutely jack shit. Holy crap. These are going up around us.
Oh, that guy did not need to do that.
Throwing a frag. Top the gas set.
Oh, god damn it. No, get in the timeout corner right now, Bobby. Timeout
Ghost
corner.
only scored 5 points higher than Rise of the Ronin. I love it. Love it. That's funny. Rise of the
very
Ronin.
balanced game.
Rise of the Ronin's a weird game because I feel like some people are like, yeah, it's just like long, nothing special. I feel like, yeah, it's kind of like an easier version of Wulong. It's pretty cool. Like, oh, okay. I don't know how to take this statement because I feel like Wulong was kind of boring, but this one's not as boring as Wulong, but it's still a Team Ninja kind of open world game.
Power shifted in the right direction today for the powerhouses, folks.
Gentlemen, I want you to stay with me. It's okay to enjoy mid.
Thanks for
Oh,
That's not what Skyward
bingo,
Sword
man.
was. It was below average. So.
I was gonna second Army of 2 thing. I liked me some Army of 2. That was a mid-ass game and I enjoyed it. It's
No,
not a good game,
there are
just a
tons
fun game.
of mid games that are very fun. And I think a lot of people forget that you don't need a game. Every game doesn't need to be a 9.5 or a 10 out of 10 all the time.
Yeah, and the problem is these days, like with the disappearance of AA games, like it's either going to be a 9 or a 5. We've shrunk the scale down.
Bobby, I worked on Army of 2. I helped produce mid.
Yep. I brought that up just because of you, Bobby. Just because of you, like, were you mentioning that? Like, Army of 2 is not a great game, but it is a fun game. It is a fun-ass game to play with a friend. It is an ultimate co-op game. It's not a great game, but it's a blast to play. And they don't make games like that anymore, which is a shame. It then kind of goes back to our earlier conversation, Talon. Like, just everything. There's so much money in games now. You don't get the kind of mid-ass games. Like, you get indie or you get AAA. And if you fall somewhere in the middle, your studio generally gets disintegrated, which is a shame.
Or gobbled up.
Unless you're, what's that French do? I think they're French, like Spiders or something.
All right. The big
Spider.
versus the mighty. The arena has loaded.
Vampire.
Welcome to Power Shift, the game that turns a platform into a moving battleground.
Our teams must command the
Oh,
platform
no.
to reach
Oh,
their
vampires
own base
don't
with a
nod.
win.
No.
The
That's not
closer they
what done.
get, the richer they become.
Frag grenade out! Drop the mine!
I'm trying to think of I thought the developer was Spiders, but like they're pretty much the European RPG company. And they just make a bunch of kind of AA like RPGs that everyone loves, but they're just never going to be amazing games just because they're jank, and that's kind of part of the fun.
Isn't that how people describe Starfield?
No, Talon. Starfield is when Bethesda has lost all light.
So true.
They have lost the North Star.
At least
they've
none of us,
forgotten
at least
how
none of
to
us are
make a
playing
map.
Breakers. Oh, damn. Shot at James
Breakers. Wait. Oh, the DBZ game? Jesus fucking. Yeah, I could rant all fucking day about how the DBZ is, man. Like, I will 100% down that hill. DBZ is cool about 30 fucking years ago.
there.
Oh, of course. Rip. Torian.
Yeah.
But his best shit was Dragon Quest. Fight me.
And the big splash take
You know, it's actually funny. Bobby is going to be doing something with Dragon Quest. I don't know where he's doing it, but he's doing something with it.
I love me some Dragon Quest. I'm hoping. I want to say they were going to do it. They're doing a pixel remaster, quote unquote, of one of the Dragon Quests, and I'm looking forward to that because I really enjoyed 11. I never played Dragon Quest until I played 11, so I'm a bit behind the times, obviously. I really enjoyed it. It was super good.
Deploy surprise! The big
Like it was just a fun ass fucking game. I just really enjoyed the hell out of it. And to me, I feel like that's where Square Enix needs to really put their money, is into Dragon Quest.
sending a
Honestly surprised it's not out yet.
Well, it's weird because Dragon Quest is an absolute system seller in Japan too, which is weird why they're having such a hard time with 12.
I'm guessing it's stuck in development hell would be my guess.
Yeah, because I feel like they've talked about like, oh yeah, we're trying to modernize. Like, no, don't modernize Dragon Quest, because that's how we got Final Fantasy 15. We don't need that.
God,
Just
yeah.
give me 11 again with cool characters. That's all I want. That's all anyone wants.
Didn't 11 bomb?
I don't think it did.
frag out!
Well, I can't really say it's sales numbers. People talked really fondly about it, including
The mighty are
myself.
looking unstoppable on the platform right now, but are they really? We're about
Not
to
that I,
find out.
obviously fun games, but
Look at that move. The mighty are now steering the platform home.
Suicide Squad.
Season 1 is not doing particularly well from what I see.
No, I'm waiting for it to be $10 so I can buy it and play it because it looks like
Just
it'd be
watch the
fun.
just watch the cutscenes on YouTube. You'll be fine.
Is it that bad? It looks like a fun kind of rental kind of game. Like it's a smooth brain kind of game, isn't it?
Gameplay. I mean, did you play the beta? Didn't you get into it?
No, I didn't play any of it.
Oh, okay.
I literally, when you told me the game was shite, I just like whatevs. And now the game came out.
The gunplay is boring. It's
And the big splash are
the
now
dumb
I'll
fun
wait
game
for
for
it to be
$10. You have a
$20.
decent time. All right. Well, according to Bobby,
No, it's
Sending a frag!
oh 100. It's like Gotham Knights. I bought that for $10 too. I'll play that eventually. I probably won't, but I like to think I will. Because I like to think I have time to play games.
and advancing.
you never have time to play games.
No, because my favorite genre is RPGs and they're not short. I played myself.
Gas mine armed. Gas mine dropped.
What is with these assholes and lighting everything on fire? These guys are goddamn pyros. Oh, okay. Say that as I'm literally perforated with a sniper rifle.
Bought Anthem for $5 and got close to 300 hours on it.
Holy fuck! You got 3 hours on Anthem before they close the servers down.
Well,
Good
yeah,
job,
before they close
buddy.
everything.
Good job. That's some pro level shit right there.
I think I got it for like $2 or something like that.
The mighty now
Fuck! I didn't even buy it. I was like, yep, Ubisoft is Ubisoft, Jesus. BioWare.
Or BioWare.
Ubisoft, BioWare, same
it's
dead developer as far as I'm concerned.
BioWare, so it's funny, BioWare's doing their whole like, trying to get the next Dragon Age game, and everyone's like, yeah, let's go. And I'm like, guys, that Dragon Age team is not the same team from, back in the day.
Which is fine. This might be a bit of a controversial take, but like Dragon Age Origins, solid. 2, it was all right. Somehow 3, my least favorite Dragon Age, got Game of the Year. Like, how out of touch am I? Like, I may argue with people about Game of the Year contenders, but I don't think anyone's like, yo, Dragon Age 3, Game of the Year. Super good, Game of the Year. Like, nah.
I am curious what will win Game of the Year. I know we're like 9 months off.
I
think Dragon's Dogma will probably win.
Look at that
what?
Yeah, I think it will.
Even I
think
who
it will.
didn't think Rebirth is anything special.
Okay, for
We'll
me
put
personally,
Rebirth up.
Rebirth easily takes out Dragon's Dogma. It's not even a competition. But
Dragon's Dogma is
with
a niche game.
way that but same with Elden Ring. I mean,
Talent. Elden Ring is not a niche game. Full stop. That game has propped up Namco's ailing anime video game studio for probably another 5 years. Like, that game is doing work.
yeah.
Work, I say.
And I think that if Capcom hadn't done their DLC microtransaction things, I think it probably could have done the same thing, because there's nothing but positive praise about it. So, I mean, again, we're so super early into the year, so I have no idea what's going to happen. But I think, part of me wants to say Rebirth, but then again, last year, or was it 2 years ago? What won 2 years ago? I can't remember.
2 years ago was Elden Ring, as it should have been.
No, sorry, 2021.
One.
I don't remember, but there's also, but then again, there was also a year that
21.
Overwatch won Game of the Year.
Our
So
viewers are getting spoiled today.
Overwatch, when it came out, probably did. It was
2018.
such a good game when it came out, man.
Diving in strong, the big
Like,
splash.
it's fun to shit on Overwatch. Like, I'll join you with that. But like, when it came out, that was a fun ass game.
It Takes Two. That's what.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Oh, that was such a fun game. It Takes Two is a fun game. I like
It was.
It Takes Two
It was a fun game. Yeah, I agree.
because it brought back split screen gaming, and then no one saw that and thought we should bring it
Did it
back.
have split screen gaming on PC? I know it did on console.
I don't know. Well, if it didn't, someone modded it in.
Viewers at home can invent his own
Overwatch 1 over
2016.
Uncharted. Yeah, I remember that.
interesting for our contestants.
What the fuck? Uncharted 4 came out that year too? Man, what the fuck?
I know, right?
It's not fair.
feeling
It's not
old?
fair.
Feeling old yet?
No, I just didn't realize it came out the same year.
Oh, boy,
No, I remember
maybe
playing
not.
Overwatch when I first moved into my house. I didn't actually have a desk at my computer, so I hooked it up to my television set. So I played Overwatch on my television with a PC hooked up to my television, my keyboard on my lap. It was very uncomfortable, but it was a core memory. Good times. Good times.
People stop snipping.
Snippers, no snipping.
Seriously.
You know, Overwatch had a lot of potential, but as a whole, Blizzard about dead by that point. Like,
Yeah, pretty much.
their golden years were in the 2000s, not the 2010s.
Time is running
Some might
out.
even say
Only
even
30
before that,
seconds
because
on
like
the clock.
StarCraft was the GOAT.
Looks like the big splash are doing
I mean, I like the
their best to
StarCraft
end
2, you know, and its expansion packs. Not that any of the expansion pack is anymore.
it. 10 seconds left.
5, 4, 3.
Actually,
Oh, dude. Okay, stop counting. Oh, there we go.
The big splash. An incredible match concludes with the big splash.
Overwatch was great, but it wasn't Uncharted 4.
Next time at the
See, I feel like it's an unfair comparison. Because I like them both, and it's a cop-out, so I don't have to compare them. But I don't... Because I have a lot of fond memories of both those games. Like, but I feel like they went after two different things. Uncharted 4 was to be an amazing single-player game to tell a very good story. Whereas Overwatch was a game to make your own stories. It's a multiplayer game where you do crazy shit and then, you know, create your own funny ass stories. I mean, of the games I still think about, I will say Overwatch I have a bit more fond memories for, if only because of the memories I made it. But Uncharted 4 was the better technical achievement, right? Like, it's,
You know, it's
I don't
funny.
know, it's apples and oranges.
In terms of the Uncharted games, I definitely go Uncharted 2, then 4, then I think in terms of those particular
Wait, so I heard 2, then 4, then what was the last
3,
2?
then 1.
You put 3 over 1.
Yep.
Okay.
Just because I have gone back and played 1, and while I think overall the story is better for 1, the
didn't age well.
controls, yeah, the controls and the gameplay are.
Well, do you when you say 3, do you mean 3 as it came out or 3 after they patched it? So remember when 3 came out, it was pretty fucking rough.
I guess
They
when they
patched
yeah,
it.
probably when they patched it.
Kingfish.
Yeah, because after they patched it, it was a lot better.
Yeah. 2
Allegedly.
will always be my favorite of the Uncharted games, though.
Oh, 2 is my favorite, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And power shift
Faux
is
show.
underway. It's a constant battle for control of the platform to get it moving in the right direction.
Spot on, June. And as command of the
Some might say
so will the power
it was the best games Naughty Dog ever made.
Oh,
Shots
it easily
fired.
was. I'll take
Shots fired.
Uncharted 2 over
Setting them up.
No, my biggest issue with Last of Us is not actually with the game at all. It's just with the fan base. Like, I don't know why they hate 2 so much. Because I thought it was actually a really great storyline about how violence begets violence. But
Deploying a surprise.
God forbid people use their gray matter.
First elimination is bound to turn up the heat.
warm-up is definitely over.
Yeah, I'm with Lil Biba on that one.
First Uncharted is like the perfect starter point for a franchise. The evolution of the later games made it clear how, yeah, exactly, yeah. And that's why I have 1 as like the worst of the games. But again, I mean, saying it's at the bottom of my list out of 4 games when all of them had their own charm to them.
I mean, it's probably my favorite Naughty Dog franchise. Like, I
Oh,
love
I
Crash
usually-
Bandicoot.
Oh, easily.
But-
Uncharted's easily the top for me.
Probably still my favorite. I'm a Nathan Drake guy. I like him.
Yep, I like him.
I like that kind of just.
I like Nathan Drake. I like
fun-
Sully. I like Elena. I like all the
Victor
characters.
Goddamn Sullivan.
Nice kill.
Ace Hurries.
Got a guy away across on the roof still.
Enemy down there.
Yep, I see him, but he went inside with a bitch.
Grenade out.
He knew
Okay.
my RPG's on cooldown.
Kingfish are now advancing forward with purpose.
Arming a mine.
You son of a
Constant trap
bitch. Get the fuck back here.
He's a light guy. He's just dashing away. Scared.
What a wuss.
He's a wuss, man.
Take on a man. Oh, jeez.
Oh, hello. No. God, they.
Oh god, it's all gassy.
I'm back. Time to disappear.
Action time! The Kingfish grabbed control and are moving back to base.
Special delivery.
Argonauts have seized control and are steaming back to base.
You know, their franchise from that era, the PS3 era, it doesn't get enough love as MotorStorm.
Both teams are contesting.
Oh, MotorStorm. Yeah, I remember you played that a ton.
Oh man, like the original MotorStorm was like a demo for the PS3 when it came out.
Yep.
We're in the mud, like just the mud looks so
Okay.
fucking realistic.
I know no one's gonna know it, but does anyone remember the
I'm
game
gonna know
Pure?
it.
Anyone remember Pure? It was
The ATV game.
yes.
Yeah, right. I remember.
I
Pure.
loved Pure. That was a great game. I don't care what anyone says. I loved that game, and I'm so sad I can't get it on even on PC.
Let's go.
Did they even have a PC version of it?
No, it was only on Xbox and PlayStation. That and then
Kingfish have the platform on the hook and refuse to let
there was another game I really liked. It was a 2D kind of Metroidvania game. Outlaw was it, I believe? It's where you're like this kind of blue or red character and you switch between colors.
It's the guy. It's the game that your current
Yep.
PlayStation account. Yep.
Remember that
was it
game?
like Outlands or something?
Yeah.
Outlands?
after mine.
I remember that game. Oh fuck, I died. I remember that game.
That was a fun game. I liked it.
I will say I'm glad though that while Metroidvania games aren't as popular as they were about 4 or 5 years ago, they're still popular. Cause man, I love me a good Metroidvania game.
Dude, it's Persia. And then Zao coming out
Dude,
soon.
Prince of Persia was so good.
It was such a good game. I'm so happy we're getting DLC. Whatever that story DLC is, whether it's free or paid, I will buy it. I will support
Destruction
that.
awaits as we enter the second half of the match.
Oh, I finally remembered the third thing that I'm going to be doing in April with games. So Stellar Blade, Zao, and then the final, the Tides DLC for FF16.
Overdogs have been sitting.
That's what it was. It wasn't a full game, but it was the DLC for.
So this is my problem. I'm terrible at DLC. I think I could probably get back into the swing of things with 16 because it's a more simple version of 7, if I remember right.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's literally. I mean, the gameplay's made by the guy who made Devil May Cry 5.
But the problem is, like Elden Ring, I don't remember my build. I don't remember my character.
It's
I'm
not.
pretty sure I
It's
changed
not.
it.
It's not that. It's not as bad. It's. I think you'll be fine honestly.
I feel like I should be. I'm definitely gonna wait for like the quote-unquote Game of the Year edition of 16 to play through all the DLCs. There's a couple of DLCs, right?
There's only 2 of them.
Is it
One-
only ever gonna be 2 of them?
They said this will be the last one, but then they're done with 16.
So there's only gonna be 2 of them.
Yeah, one and the first DLC is really not even story based. It's literally like you went to this giant thing and then you just go up elevators and fight a bunch of. That's all it is. It's more combat focused. All it is. Whereas the second one is more story based. So there's Leviathans in it.
Gotcha. Why does it help with Elden Ring? Probably not gonna play it. Even though I love Elden Ring, I don't know if I can replay that. It's stressful enough. I'll wait for the next one.
Encrypted territory. Special delivery.
Platform's not going. Platform's literally gone nowhere. I got you on heals. Yeah, reload. The guy reload.
I reloaded.
Gas mine dropped.
Just jump pads
Speaking
out
of
of
Metro Advantage, did you play Dead
The platform
Souls
is a fickle ally. One moment you're the
Castlevania
best of
expansion at
us,
all?
and the next
I
is
haven't- no, I haven't had the
from
time
right
to.
under
You
your
need to
feet.
give that game a whirl.
I know
It's
I do.
It's a
I
fun
know I
one.
do. You said
It's a fun
you've done
one.
nothing but praise it. So
Yeah. So you can effectively turn it into a match. So Dead Souls effectively is a kind of roguelike game,
right, it's yeah.
Frag grenade
which I watched the scaled video on Judas tangent. I'll go into that in a second about Judas. So Dead Souls is a roguelike, but you can turn it down to be effectively a Metroidvania, which to me makes it way better. I like Metroidvanias over roguelikes.
The Kingfisher swims
I highly recommend playing it that way if you like Metroidvanias. It's actually a lot of fun. Now Judas, I'm a little concerned about the skill video you sent me about it being a roguelike. Just because I don't know how it's gonna affect the storyline. Because like to me, Bioshock, I like the characters, I like the plot points. My concern is I feel like roguelikes don't kind of hit those all the time. Like, I guess
We'll get into a deeper conversation about it once this match is over.
Okay. Just because the roguelike part concerns everything else looks great, but roguelike concerns me.
The overdogs are now advancing.
Toxic gas out.
Ah, orbital lasers.
Taking down.
We have new owners out there. The Kingfish have seized the reins. Who wants it more?
Oh, Bobby agrees with us. Dead
Contestants
Cells
have 30
is
seconds to show it.
Dead Cells is just a really good game. It's dirt cheap pretty often. Like highly recommend. Even if you're not very good at video games, I still recommend it. Like there's an easy mode for it. Like for scrubs like myself. Like it's just a good game. I can't recommend it enough. Like to me, it takes the right attitude towards roguelikes. Like if you want to have a hard game, you know you can make a hard game. But you can also have an easy mode too, is all I'm saying. I think that's all I want.
We'll see you next time at the finals.
Look at those luscious locks.
You definitely carried the team, didn't you?
With my hair. So I'm reading the chat now, and little Bobby's says something I didn't like.
Uh-oh.
Is Dragon Quest 11 on Game Pass? That's generally the way you know if something bombed, and that hurts me on a deeper level because the game probably did bomb, but God, it was such a good game. Yeah, no, Dead Cells is a game that you just play consistently over and over and over again. Like it's just a fun game. It plays well, has good graphics, and I imagine it probably plays well as a handheld game. I played it on PlayStation, but I imagine it plays pretty well on the Steam Deck. It's just good shit. Yeah, Immortals of Avium is a game that when the moment it came out, I'm like, yeah, I'll wait for a sale. And then the developers, I think the head honcho of the developer, the company itself, was all like, yeah, didn't do well.
which is a little sad because it from what I saw, like it had its issues, but overall it looked like it was a decent game. Like you sit down on the couch for a Saturday night and you play through it, type of thing. But those don't make the big bucks, and so here's the real clincher to this.
Talon, did you buy it?
I didn't.
Why didn't you buy it?
Why didn't I buy it? Because there's no marketing around it, and when it finally released, I was just too busy during that time. So
Are you busy now?
no.
Why don't you go buy it then?
take that back. I was busy for most of March, so.
Would you pay $70 for it?
No, I wouldn't pay $70.
Okay, there you go. That's why. I mean, that's the high, the short and sweet of it. Like me, it did not look like a game that was worth $70. And I'm generally a stupid asshole who will buy games as they come out, right? So, like, what was the problem? The marketing was bad. It wasn't super interesting. Like, it was COD with magic, right? That was how it was sold.
Right.
And so I just didn't care, right? Like, to me, it's the ultimate, like, Game Pass, quote unquote, or, PlayStation Plus game, which is a shame for the developers. I imagine this is probably going to bankrupt them, which is a shame. As an industry, like, we're losing talent left and right. I say we as if I'm in the industry, but you get what I'm saying. And this is not benefiting of them, the developers probably going to go under for it. Exactly. No, Little Bobby's dead on. Like, you can't make a single player FPS. This isn't the days of Half-Life 2. It's just not a thing anymore. Like, perfect segue into Judas. Like, we'll see how well that does. Take-Two has a shit ton of money, but even they have a limit to what they're willing to spend on a game that doesn't perform.
Right. Hang on, we'll get into that in just a second.
I even gave you a segue.
Well, I know. I want to record this and everything. So.
I'm just giving you shit. Speaking of shit, I'm logging the Suicide Squad. Again, when that's $10, $15, $20, I'll buy it. Like, that looks like it looked like a fun $20 game to me. Like, I like to shut on Suicide Squad as much as the next guy, but like, it's just too little too late. Like, I expect a lot more Rocksteady, and they didn't deliver.
Oh, easily. I think most people did.
It's not, and again, I feel kind of bad because I love Rocksteady as a developer, but God, talk about a developer who got drained of talent.
Well,
like,
I mean,
what
Mocus,
happened?
Keep in mind though, Rocksteady, like, mostly a team that worked on the Arkham games, they're gone. Like, I mean, even the founders are gone. Like, they made their own little studio now. So, and anything that comes out going forward from Rocksteady, they're most likely going to be focused on live service type stuff, which tracks with what WB says they want to do with their games and everything like that now. So, I mean, yeah. Not really a shocker, that much of a shocker.
Yeah, and I think as a whole, the industry needs to learn what it means to have a soul. And I don't mean it in a spiritual level, but just like, there's kind of a vibe that a developer or a publisher can give off. And for some reason, not for some reason, for a very specific reason, the industry lost that. And it was when money got injected directly into it. And I feel like we're kind of in that point where we as a community, as gamers, I hate using that phrase, but also I feel like developers are going to realize this here soon too. As sales diminish, things need to change. This isn't sustainable, and the whole AAA thing, as we see with Disney and Marvel, is not sustainable. It's gonna drop out, and we're seeing that now.
Right. Yeah.
So
I definitely see that.
It's a bit of a bummer watching it, though.
Well, okay, so I mean, if we look at what has done well over the last, let's just say 10 years or so, right? I mean, we are literally talking about how single player, first person shooters are not really the thing anymore, unless you're like Doom Eternal, essentially. But everyone's always going towards the live service stuff and yada yada, publishers and the big, not CEOs, but like looking at this, shareholders and everything, that's what they focus on the most, especially within the last 5 years. Now we've got a game like Judas coming out, aka the continuation of the guy who made BioShock, people coining it the term BioShock in space type of thing. Can something like that do well? Because there was a ton of previews, and he like brought a bunch of content creators and other people within the industry over, and they played the game for like 5 hours or something like that. Now it's nowhere near release time or anything like that, but there've been a bunch of previews and interviews and podcast stuff that you can listen to. One of my favorite personally is listening to Skill Up's video. He did a very good video on kind of just describing what the game is, because even though we've seen a couple of trailers for it, it's, you know, there's still a lot of unknown stuff, because he's always talking about things like Lego, you know, narrative and everything, or how the world and the story connects and everything, right? So I wanted to ask you, Lemon, what are your personal thoughts when you see that? Because again, from people who grew up with BioShock, right, who it was deep in story, but it was generally a one single direction, right? And then this whole new concept that he's actually talked about at GDC presentations since like 2015, based on Skillup's video, where he's talking about, you know, where you do one thing and it like affects the other NPCs and they're still doing something else as it goes through. Do you think something like that is going to work? Because he is toting that very heavily here in this upcoming game, Judas, of his. Do you think something like that's going to work? Do you think it's just a gimmick thing, like any typical marketing? What are your personal, just overall thoughts on the game and everything?
So I like to preface this with BioShock and Infinite being some of my favorite games of all time. So I want to preface that with that.
So there is some bias, obviously. But I mean, let's be perfectly honest. Though, anyone who reviews or talks about games or anything, there's always some level of bias to it, right?
Sure.
So
sure.
and as long as you're open about that, perfectly fine. So go full bias. What are your personal thoughts when it comes to this particular game? Because again, like I've stated, we're super excited for a potential like this because it's something from BioShock. But is it going to sell well in this current day and age? Do you think so?
I think those are two different questions.
Okay, well, okay.
As a person who loves video games, I am intrigued and I will play whatever Ken Levine makes as a humongous fan of BioShock 1 and Infinite. 2, I think, was good, but didn't hit that same vibe. I will buy it day one. However, there's a bit of hesitance with the whole roguelike thing about it. I mean, because when I think roguelike, I think of like Hades, where I keep playing the game over and over and over and over again to understand the whole storyline. Whereas like BioShock, you know, a single player FPS, you play it once, you get the vibe of it, you understand storyline, you know, you understand. Like, understand why the main character did what they did in BioShock 1. You know, would you kindly? I'm pumped for it. However, I watched the Skill video. Of what I've seen of it and what is described, I'm concerned a bit about the storyline. So when they say narrative Legos, in the sense of, in my mind, again, just hearing what the marketing, which is what the Skill video is, and the FPS podcast was saying, is effectively marketing, right? Like that's what this is. This is marketing of the game. In my mind, this sounds like there's kind of like narrative tent poles, like there's like story highlights that they're going to hit, and it doesn't. It's random how you get to those points in the storyline. Crazy shit could happen between point A and point B, which is fine, but it depends on how many story points there are. If there's 4 major story plot points in the whole whole game, I'm a little concerned, right? Because like BioShock needs a bit more than that, story points to kind of get from you went down in a submarine on a random lighthouse to would you kindly. And I'm kind of expecting that out of Judas. So I hope there's a lot of these story points, but the kind of randomness between the story points concerns me.
Okay, I could see that, yeah. Because again, it's a concept that I feel like, because as I mentioned in the Skill Up video and everything, he talked about this way back during like a GDC presentation in like 2015, right? And so something like that to really work the way I think that he wants it to work, I don't think it's gonna go the way he wants it to, at least in my own personal opinion. Just simply because, this has been a thing in game development for years, right? Where
Mhm.
they
Mhm.
want to do something, right? And then they talk about this grand scale of how it works and everything. And then when it releases, it's like a shell of what they kind of promised, right? Or it's nowhere
Mhm.
near what they wanted it to be. Now, I'm not saying Judas is going to be like that. I'm not saying that there's no chance that it can't be good in terms of that particular type of concept. Because again, like we stated beforehand, you and I, we played all the original BioShocks and everything, and we loved the gameplay, the settings, the weapons, the powers, all that stuff, right? But in terms of, again, using his terms, the Lego block building of this like kind of storytelling and everything, that is a little concerning if it's really going to work out the way it is. Because again, all of these previews are only about 5 hours of playing the game, and it's nowhere near ready. It's if I had to take a wild guess, I'd say it's probably going to be a late 2025 release. Just wild guess here.
Mhm.
So I think like you, I am excited, especially on the gameplay front of it. But at the same time, I'm a little, concerned about some of the big marketing pushes that they're going to try. And I feel like people are going to latch onto those. And then when they don't hit, it's going to be a bunch of backlash, essentially. It's going to be like anything like Starfield or anything, right? Where they, promise these huge open worlds and everything like that. And what did it turn out to be? It turned out to be just flat, boring, empty worlds, essentially. And the game has suffered for it, unfortunately. So, I mean,
Mhm.
you're still waiting for a
Mhm.
mini map, and it's been 6+ months since that game released and nothing. So,
Bingo bango.
right. And I mean, even the modders are leaving that game in droves. So
Yep.
it's kind of like, what's going to happen here, especially for this game that is a single player, for the most part, linear, I'll call it a first person shooter, even though that's a very like small term in terms of for this particular type of game. Because yes, it is in first person, but there's a lot more to than just simply shooting a weapon, essentially. Right.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
it should be interesting. I think what happens with it, but I'm just really hoping that it's able to land the way, because there have been, because after Infinite, has he been working on this game since Infinite finished, or is this something that is, like he worked on a different project and that fell through, and now he's working on this particular one? I can't remember.
So Ken Levine, and this might get me a bit of hot water, but he is the epitome of don't meet your heroes. It's my understanding, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, commenters or whatever. After Infinite, you started something, decided it ain't working, and then effectively left the what was his development studio? Not Irrational. It was what was the right? Yeah, it was Irrational Games. So he left, and then 2K is like, yeah, Rational without Ken Levine's not a studio we want, and they dismantled the whole fucking thing. Pardon the French. So he left, and then this is the next thing we heard about from Ken Levine. So he kind of, it lends itself to being, he's not the nicest guy in terms of caring about other people's jobs. He's very much centered on what he wants. But overall, I think there's a bit of a dichotomy between a story-driven, hardcore kind of game, not even going into genre, just a very story-centric game versus a you make your own storyline.
Mhm.
So like there's games like, I don't know, Terraria or Minecraft, where there's really no storyline. You make your own, and then that's how it sells the game, versus something like a Kojima game. Kojima effectively is like his games generally are like a roller coaster kind of game, and Ken Levine's games, the BioShock, is a roller coaster type of game. You're led along a path, and there's a kind of a sense of you control the game, but you really don't. Let's go sticking to BioShock. You can either choose to try and think of the nice way of putting this. Mine the atom, to harvest the atom, or not harvest the atom. And there's kind of two diverging paths, but effectively at the end of the day, you still find out that Andrew Ryan is an asshole, right? Like it's not it doesn't diverge very far. And so to see how Judas is kind of, as he says, a narrative Lego game, I'm very intrigued by it, but I'm also of the mind that it's not going to be as divergent as he wants to say it is. I don't think it's going to be the case of like No Man's Sky, where it's just absolutely a shit show when it comes out, or to be the original, a Peter Molyneux style game for all you old farts like myself. But I also think that, I mean, it might be somewhat divergent. It might have, funny story beats interspersed, but I feel like the storyline will be much the same. To your original point, can this kind of game survive anymore? I don't know. I would like to think they would, but I'm also an old man who's, kind of out of his element, I guess.
Well, yeah.
I don't play Fortnite.
Well, and yeah, neither of us do. And so, like, personally for me, like, when I've watched the gameplay trailers and I listened to all of the interviews and everything, like, when it comes to the gameplay of it, I'm not talking about the story stuff of the Lego block, story building or anything like that. Like, playing the game, it looks like a lot of fun, but is that enough to sell it to the mass majority of people who are gaming, especially in this generation? I would say that a lot of people are not looking as fondly at as something like the previous generation and everything. And that's a huge combination of different things, whether it's COVID or, the consoles aren't selling as much. They don't have as many exclusives because they're still doing either previous gen, or they're not pushing the boundaries as much as we want them to or anything like that. So can a game like this do that? Maybe. I'm kind of hoping it does. But again, trailers and everything are meant to make the game look at its best, right? And so if it can deliver on everything from the gameplay to the story that it's trying to tell to the performance, because performance is important. Say what you will about, how awesome Dragon's Dogma 2 is and everything like that. It still has a lot of technical issues, and even the most positive reviews are saying, wait for that until it finally gets fixed, however long that potentially takes, right?
Exactly.
So if this game has poor performance, and people are just like, look, just wait for a sale type of thing, that cuts into all of those, sales that they're trying to get. And if it gets put onto a subscription service, that's gonna basically spell the doom of it. So will that work? It's hard to say. I hope it does. I really, really hope it does. It's something we kind of unfortunately have to wait on.
I want a narrative FPS. I was very much burned by, oh god, what was that one game with the robots in it? I know that does not describe
that
anything.
That does not describe it very well.
God, it was. I'm gonna think of it and I'm gonna come up with it like 2 a.m. Came out on Game Pass. It's like a Russian game.
Oh
my god.
I'm blanking on the name, but yes, I know what game you're talking about.
Like that to me was everyone is heralding as like the next BioShock. I'm like, yes, sign me up. I played it day one on Game Pass. It was not BioShock. So something about Ken Levine is able to make this, the BioShock games really solid. Even BioShock 2, which he had nothing to do with, was a very solid game, right? So I have a lot of high hopes for Judas. I hope it's good. I don't know if there's a audience for this game, but there's at least an audience for me. I will buy this day one. I think, just because he's involved.
Right. And I think a lot of the most older gamers, if you want to, I think a lot of us look at that in a more positive light than maybe younger gamers do. It's just generation thing, right? Where certain, there are gamers that are much older than us who prefer the much older style of games. But honestly, if I go back and try to play some of those games, I'm just like, God, these controls are so janky, or, it's just like, I can't get over some of the stuff that, there's definitely a lot of nostalgia glasses to it, essentially, right? You have your nostalgia glasses on. So, but I think in terms of maybe gamers who are around our age, late 20s, early 30s, kind of call them the millennials if you want, I guess. I think a lot of us are definitely excited for this type of game, and I hope that others are as well, especially when we kind of get a more confirmed date in terms of when it's going to be released. Because again, we saw trailers of this last year a little bit, and there's barely anything. And it's clear that this game's been worked on for the last, I'd say 5 to 6 years at minimum. And it's going to be at least another year until it releases. So hopefully the marketing and actually showing gameplay Will we see a demo? I hope so. I know demos aren't the big thing that they used to be anymore, but they kind of slowly making a comeback. And I think a demo would do a lot of work for it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For
you know,
sure.
I mean, a demo did wonders for games like Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth and everything. So demos do well. And I mean, you get the Stellar Blade demo coming up. And if a lot of people enjoy the combat in that and not just how it looks or how a particular character looks, then I think it could sell way more, right? Just speaking realistically here.
Yeah.
Sure. I really hope we do get some kind of demo eventually for this. Even it doesn't even need to be the full 5-hour demo that these podcasts and everything we're talking about. Just an hour or two, perfectly fine with me. I think it could definitely be good, and as long as it can hit all those marks, I really do hope it can do well. I hope that people. I know $70 is a big asking point for a lot of people. I 100% get that. But as long as the game is good, I hope that we'll consider supporting that.
Agreed. I again, it's all of faith at this point. To me, Ken Levine is kind of, I don't want to go Kojima levels. I think Kojima's a really, he's not a tour when it comes to games and everything, but to me, Ken Levine's up there. Like, I really enjoyed BioShock and Infinite. Like, to me, BioShock 1 was kind of the game that made me think about what it was trying to say, right? Like, to me, it was more than just jumping on Goombas. Like, it's more of an age thing, I imagine, than anything else, because, Metal Gear Solid was a pretty meta game. It had a lot of deep elements that, talked about real life, about governments, about politics and everything. But that was about 10 years too early for me. I was too young for it.
Yeah, we were too young for it.
But BioShock was dead on. Like, I feel like BioShock was kind of a game that kind of turned me on to thinking differently about the world. Like, whereas movies normally would do that, but to me as a gamer, like, that was kind of like my thing. So I have a lot of high hopes for Judas, which even the name itself intrigues me. Like, Judas, like, the ultimate betrayer, ultimate traitor.
Yeah, exactly.
So I have a lot of hopes for it. I expect a lot of kind of philosophy in it, as long as it kind of hits those same kind of, at least make me think. It doesn't need to be as, it could be totally off with its, philosophy and stuff, but as long as it gives me something a bit deeper than just shooting things, violence, shooting things, RPG, that kind of stuff, I'm in. Like, just a bit of a deeper game is all I will ask for.
Yeah, I think it's what a lot of us are hoping from, who are excited about this, and those of us who played the original BioShocks and everything.
Exactly.
And if you haven't played them,
that, it could be a 7 out of 10. I don't care. I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah. And if you haven't tried them, by the way, for everyone watching the video, you can probably go find them on sale right now. I mean, pretty sure they have a collector's edition, or, played on PC or anything like that. It's been a while since those games came out, so you can easily run it. So highly recommend it.
It might be quote unquote retro at this point. It's been that old, but like, I cannot recommend BioShock 1 enough.
Stop making me feel old. Just stop making me feel old, man.
No, I remember when BioShock was first announced, like the trailer for it with the Big Daddies, but the trailer was just this guy, he's just like trying to go after the little sister, and the drill goes through him. Oh man, like an X-Play, if you remember that show.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Like, that's how old it was. But like, yeah, BioShock in space, I hate to say that phrase. Like, the Skilp was kind of bitching about that, but it's a dead on kind of vibe. Like, it really is that. I think I really, from the trailer alone, like, I'm sold. So
yeah, same here. Exactly.
Sign me up.
Alrighty. Well, I think that, because I already recorded it and everything, we're gonna end the stream there today. So, but thanks for joining us in some awesome finals gameplay as always. Chaotic fun.
Yep.
And got to talk about a lot of stuff. And little Bobby, I hope you learned your lesson, young man, for thinking that Ghost of Tsushima is under Skyward Sword. Think about what you said, young man. Talk later. Right. Anyway, guys, if you happen to see the end of the stream, though, thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure you sub to the channel if you happen to be new. Leave a like as always, and check out our other guides and content that we have. Tons of discussions on different games, guides on different games, how to defeat bosses and all that fun stuff. Check it out all down below. And until next time, everyone, we'll catch you all in the next one. Johnny.